Game day, your league debut this afternoon. Charlie, welcome to the telecast.
It's good to be here. It's going to be a very intriguing game, this one.
Now, you are a Harvey Bulls supporter. Of course, we're supposed to be neutral up here. You wore your Harvey Bulls jumper up.
I'll try not be as biased as possible.
In the earlier games today, in the Colts, Harvey Bulls, big winners, 15-14, 104 to Collie, 3 goals, 10, which was a big win to the Harvey Bulls. And in the Collie reserves, which has just finished, Collie turned the tables on that, 20 goals, 13, 139 to the Harvey Bulls, 117. Macca, there's a couple of good matchups around us for this afternoon. Last time these two sides played, Harvey got across the line with very much the last kick of the game. So Collie be very aware of that. They've got a few good ins today, have the Collie Eagles, and Harvey Bulls have parted ways with their ruckman. So it's going to be a very interesting scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's just going to come down to the midfield battle today if we're talking about our Southern's what is it?
Southern Lock and Security, mate.
Southern Lock and Security matchups.
Secure your home business with Southern Lock and Security.
And it will definitely come down to the midfield battle today. Whoever can get that ball out of the middle, get it into their forward line quickly, get the score on the board, will win the game.
Luke English has been a big plus for the Collie Eagles, coming, of course, as a recruit this year. He comes along with Matthew Burton, who's been kicking goals, as well as Corey Holmes. Yeah. All three of them have been big contributors, and they'll need to do that again. And the beauty of the Collie Eagles, I'm just looking out there, big Paul Rinder.
Yes.
Is a fairly handy ruckman.
Absolutely, and he can go forward too. We go back to Luke English. He's a premiership player for East Fremantle just a couple of years ago and spent a couple of years on the Richmond AFL list just before that. So a handy player for Collie to get out here. A handy player for Collie to get out here, that's for sure, and he may have a big say in the midfield today.
Well, he's going to need to. There's a couple of games going on around the place today. HBL take on Bunbury. That'll be a very good contest, Macca.
Yes, absolutely.
So if HBL can get up and win that, it puts AMR out of the 5 for the first time for the season.
Yeah, it would be an even money game, wouldn't it? HBL Bunbury.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And yesterday, well, there was a couple of huge results. Bustleton 18-13, 121. Margaret River 5-2, 32. That's a bit of a smashing match.
Yeah, and that's always a grudge match between those two football clubs. Has been for a long, long time, particularly when I played for Bustleton, it was. And for Bustleton to get that big win, starting to stamp their authority across the league for this season, Craney.
And Donnybrook, well, they are moving onward and upward. 22-14, 146, defeated Dunsborough 8-1-49. Once again, Dunsborough just not in the class.
Yeah, but Dunsborough knocked them off in the first or the second round.
But do you think the coach might have just mentioned that before the game there, mate?
Yeah, it could have been a little bit of a fire starter, not to get too happy with themselves, too comfortable, to stick to the basics and your processes, and don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. And looks like they put the sword to the Sharks.
And in the other game today, Eton will take on Kerry Park. A must-win for the Panthers. If they drop this one, they lose a bit of touch with that top 5.
Absolutely, and you'd expect the Panthers to get over the line today, although Eton, they haven't been able to get consistency into their lineup with the players that they've been able to get in. Injuries have cruelled them. So their lineups look considerably different every week, which makes it hard to win games of football.
This is the pre-game show thanks to Tyre Power. Get the power. Both sides are going out on the ground. Both sides going through their preliminary as we speak. As we said, a lot on the line this afternoon. There's a spot. You can lift yourself off the bottom, and as you said, you don't want to blend on the bottom. Logan Edgerton Green for the Harvey Bulls. He's been a tower of strength for him in what has been a tough season.
Yeah, poor old Logan just having to carry a lot on his shoulders there, but he's got to continue to do that today for Harvey to take out this game away from home.
And Ryan Lester-Smith, good to see him back. He's had an injury-interrupted season. I think he's only played the 3 or 4 games for the season, Macca, right. But a class act.
Yeah, definitely one to watch. He can be a little bit of a will-o'-the-wisp around the contest, so hopefully he can get into some good form and give Harvey some impetus.
Charlie, Harvey Bulls #1 supporter. Who wins this game and why?
Look, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful the Bulls can win. It's going to be a bit challenging here in Collie. I reckon it will go down to the wire. I reckon Bulls by 3.
3 goals, 3 points.
3 points.
Whoa.
I reckon it'll be close.
An absolute smoker, Macca.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
That'll be a thriller.
You thought I was going to get away with a bit more while you were eating your chips there, didn't
Yeah, I did. Trying to get them while they're hot.
you? Adam Big.
Tell you what, it doesn't take them long to cool down at the moment out here. It's 14 degrees.
It was Jace Fontana.
Oh, I love
Interesting
him.
play. You do. I think everybody talks about his kicking style, but it is a very accurate. He's kicked like that for a long period of time. He's the sort of player that can go front or back.
Yeah.
So or through the midfield.
He can.
So a big asset. I'm not sure whether he'll. Where will he start? Mac,
It'll
front or back?
It'll be interesting to see where they use him, and I would suggest that they may start him forward. But yeah, I would have loved to have got hold of him early and been able to help him with his kicking technique, because he could be even more dangerous if he had that proper technique.
We've played about 400 games now, so
I know.
they've been very effective. So I reckon it might be a bit late now.
I know. But I do love the way he goes about it. His kicking aside, and like you say, it is actually quite effective. Just looks awkward. He's a very, very smart footballer, Craney, and he's also an excellent leader for this Collie team, and he's stood by him through thick and thin. And I love coming out and watching him play.
Another one in that Mills, Teal DeAngelis.
Yeah.
He's been in the best players on numerous accounts, as both captains are in the middle of the ground as we wait for the toss of the coin. Of course, Marino and Zach Belatti.
Yeah.
And umpires toss the coin. Let's have a bit of a look. No one seems to run. It's landed on the side.
They haven't got stuck in the mud.
Dylan Marino's run it for the Harvey Bulls, and he'll kick towards the city end of the ground. And on the far wing, see Jared O'Brien's where he used to ride his push bike around Macca.
Yeah,
on
did.
the velodrome.
On the
over there.
velodrome.
It's,
He brought it out just for a few old memories too.
Yeah, the old penny father and Philly flew around there.
And I reckon he spent a bit of time at the sponsor too, the chicken treat.
Just while we're waiting for this season to get underway, Macca, there is getting to be a big divide between the tops and the bottom sides at the minute.
Yeah, there is a big discrepancy in the tops and the bottoms in this league, and as the season starts to wear on, and it's unfortunate really. You want it to be as close as possible, but it's just the way that it's worked out this year. There's usually 2 or 3 that really struggle, but it seems to be a bit more separation than there has been in previous years, Craney.
Good to see both coaches, Ash Stewart and for the Collie Eagles and Michael Griffiths for the Harvey Bulls, in deep discussion right in front of us.
Craney, I've just got to give a quick apology
Yep.
and a quick thanks. Greg, the timekeeper here, we met him last year, fantastic fella. He's let me sit in his seat for this game, so big shout out to Greg. But it's also meant I have to do 2 things at once. I have to blow the siren too, so if I trip over my words more than normal, that means I'm trying to do 2 things at once. If I was my wife, I'd be able to do 5 things at once, but I'm not. So
it's a pretty good deal you got going up there, Macca, so I'm sure you'll do a good job of it. We've got the players heading to the Harvey Norman interchange bench, and
let's hope we get a few Buckingham the Butchers bucking big moments today, Craney.
Well, I reckon we might, mate. We're just about ready to get underway here at the Collie Recreation Ground for this afternoon. Umpires for today's game, who are they, Jarrett? They are Aaron Andrews, Matthew Stewart are in the field, Tyler Mello, Owen Lind, Ash DiPiazzi in the boundary, and Jason Morrow and Dylan Atkins will be positioned up in the goals. As Aaron Andrews just make sure everyone's 666. This is SEN Spirit. We're underway here, and Darren McDonald will take it away.
And then we've got in the ruck, Rinder and Irvine for Harvey. Irvine rins the ball down. That's Braden. Collie win the clearance. Umpire said high tackle, but has paid the advantage. It's Collie clear off half back. Up they go. Up the wing there. Can't be picked up. It's in dispute. Head over the footy was Lockley, and he's won the free kick. He comes back into the middle of the ground. He finds a teammate there in Braden Irvine. He swings around, quickly gets out to Wiggers, takes the mark. Just behind centre. Comes on his right boot. Gets it out to a leading teammate. That's Egerton Green. Can't quite pick it up. There's Chitty there for Collie, scooping around. No one can be clean. Umpires found a free kick. It's going to Chitty for being held without it.
A little bit optimistic taken off there, wasn't it? The ball's got to come back.
Yeah, Logan Eggert and Green Gut put everything into that lead, and the kick just didn't quite sit for him. And already there's someone going to the Harvey Norman interchange.
Rakowski's going off.
Yeah, for SKG Radiology, Craney. Chitty goes long down the line. Well intercepted there by Braden Irvine. Gets a handball away to Salazano. He kicks it to high half forward.
That's a great grab early.
Brilliant Mac to Griffiths. Is that a contender already, Craney?
I've already just put him down, Macca.
So, and then it's an even better kick into the pocket, which has found Chapman on the chest. And now Craney is on the right side for a left footer.
This wrong side, left side, right side for a left footer.
And he's going to...
You know, Jared doesn't get any sleep trying to work your right side.
And there's zero daylight, and he's going to kick from about 40. So in he comes, Chapman. Very deliberate in his approach. Off the right boot, sets it up nice and high and misses to the near side. So Harvey get the first point of the day.
And had a fair bit of the footy up Harvey early.
So they bring the footy back into play to Collie. There's a good mark taken by the ruckman Rinder. Played on immediately. Ball's now back in the middle of the ground with Elliott. He's gone wide again. They're not afraid to use the ball as Bignell goes long. Hits a target up front. That wasn't bad. Couldn't quite mark it. Coming in and running into a brick wall was Reuben. Umpire says, I'll ball it up at right half forward.
That looks like a distinct plan, doesn't it, Macca? Collie, move the ball on at all costs.
Yep.
It's not a bad move to get the ball moving.
Right half forward there for Collie. Collie kicking to the left of your radio dial. Up they go. One down by Rinder. Ball's going out. It's gone out there to Palatti. He gets a handball away. Ball still with Collie. Holmes has it. He got a handball away. It's in dispute again. It's spilled out. Chitty there, but no. Harvey have the football. Really good evasion out of there. That was excellent work, but unfortunately Lockley tripped over at the vital time. Ball's gone inside 50 and Harvey intercept again. Now the ball's come out to the wing. Working hard is Griffiths. He gets it along further along to coming out is Chapman again. He looks quite skillful. He's had 4 cracks at it. Now he spins out of trouble, dances, gets it back to Griffiths, who's run on. He tried a short pass, doesn't quite hit the target, and it's taken over the line by Stewart of Collie.
Tell you what it is, Macca, it's very hot, heavy early, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
A great deal of pressure on.
Absolutely. Both sides prepared to run at this point in time. Harvey probably got the better of it at this point, I reckon. Ball's one down by Rinder, taken out of the pack by Griffiths. He heads for home. Eggert and Green flew. No one could mark it. Collie get the rebound. It comes out through Polar. He's moving through D50. Floats one up the wing. Finds its target, but his target couldn't mark it in Palatti. He recovered exceptionally well. Got it off to a teammate. He drives it to centre half forward. Beautiful mark to Burton on the fly. Played on immediately. Then gets off to Bignell. He's inside. He's in range. He fires on goal. First goal to the home side.
We spoke about their movement, Collie. They wanted to get it on a little test. As soon as that ball come out the outer side, they just had players on the overlap prepared to use the ball up. A brilliant finish by the big fellow. Good to see him back in too as Bignell. He's a known player. Good finisher.
A really good player, Croney. Bignell for the Collie side.
Yeah, it's just an entertaining start, as you say, Macca.
Ball's swinging around. Bignell can do the grunt work, but he's also very skillful on the outside. So they look to be trying to use him in a bit of as a Dusty Martin type role today, Croney.
The old Dusty role, you reckon, Mac?
You've got to bring it in. That's the type of player he is.
You're going to be in the don't argues.
We'll see. We will see. But he's wearing the long sleeves, so he's like you and me, Croney, freezing the proverbials off.
Oh, it's not bad up in here, Mac. I quite like it.
We need some of that firewood from Gialatti's.
That's a brilliant take.
And Collie's cleared it out of the middle of the ground. It's in there forward 50 now. Coming out, working really hard was Fontana. Got a handball off to a teammate in Kirk. Umpires paid advantage. There's a shot on goal by Swallow.
Whack that one
Collie
down.
got 2 in the row.
Jeb Swallow, that's already a contender, I think, for our WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day. He swooped on that, almost pinched it off his teammate, and he's all class when he went whack and put that one through the middle. He'll enjoy that too.
Yes, and on the on the Southwest Isuzu Utes scoreboard, it's Collie 2 straight to Harvey 1 point. And Collie are hot for Giovanetti
I see
Firewood.
what you did there, Mac.
Giovanetti Firewood.
Got them all mixed up there. But it was that takeaway from the centre too. We spoke about the influence Rinda could have for the Collie Eagles, and that was pretty quick. Those clearances are going to be all important.
Rightio, so Rinda going up against Irvine again. This one down by Irvine, taken away by Lockley, gets it onto his right boot and shifts it forward. Really strong mark.
He started very well, hasn't he?
To Griffiths. He looks a lightly type. He pokes it out to the pocket on the lead. Chapman couldn't quite reel it in. Working hard was the Collie defence, and it's walked over the line there by Lester Smith.
Not only Griffiths getting a lot of the footy, he's got that beautiful kick.
It wasn't Lester Smith, it was Cook.
You'd want to be a forward leading to that leg.
So we're just inside forward 50 for Harvey in the right forward pocket. One down again by Irvine. Getting after the football was Malice, couldn't pick it up. Collie recovers. Stewart has the football, gives it over to the teammate in English. English gets the ball away. Stewart's recovered again, throws not much of him, but threw himself at it. And as a consequence, Collie won the football, but there's an intercept mark there taken by Wiggers. Plays on immediately, goes to the corridor, but spots out the Collie player in Palatti. Palatti didn't mark it. It goes over the back, working really hard to pick it up. His Polar got a handball away. Collie out of trouble for the time being, but the ball's in dispute. 1 on 3. Harvey player working overtime, but now coming out of defence is Holmes. He's tackled at the last minute, holding the ball. Oh, no.
No, it's a sling.
Sling.
Held him a bit too long. We're looking for a Bunbury Mower Service tackle of the day too. Charlie will be keeping an eye on that as we go out through this afternoon.
So he's gone in to the corridor. He's found a teammate in Burton. Burton wheels around on his left foot, coming out and meeting the ball exceptionally well. It was a teammate, Healy, couldn't mark it. He got it off the second bite. They're mucking around a little bit with it. Bruce, now the ball is with DeAngelis, gets it off to English running hard. His kick goes inside 50, but not totally. Fontana slung again. Harvey repel once again. Here's Chitty, head over the footy. Tackled immediately and viciously by Gotti. Got the ball away to Stewart, looking for Bignell. He had no hope. He was getting under a ton of Harvey pressure. The ball's now in dispute at left half forward for Collie, and there'll be a ball up by the umpire. It is hot and heavy, Craney.
It is good, isn't it?
Yep.
And there should be a fair bit of pressure. Both sides, as I said, have struggled throughout season 25, so a fair bit on the line for...
Marino won that ball down to Gotti, and he got tied up immediately, so the umpire's balling in right up on the point of the square. Rinda missed it with the big roundhouse.
Just
English
what he
went
did,
hard
I
at
would
it.
have sent it 100 metres.
Marino grabbed the football, snapped on his left, but
that's
a
clever
beautiful mark to Holmes. Gets a handball away immediately to DeAngelis. He puts in a swooper to Palatti. Has to come back to DeAngelis. And then Holmes. They're working it well by hand, the Eagles. Now they go inside 50. It's wide over the far side. Really exceptional work by Burton. Wheels around on his left foot. Has a flying shot on goal and misses to the near side, and it's a behind.
That's how you want to attack the footy, though. Burton he just had eyes for the ball, kept himself nice and balanced too. Too easy to lose your feet in those conditions. And the finish wasn't quite there, but I like the intent.
So they've brought the ball back into play. Harvey Marino then gave it back to his teammate. Here's Irvine. Braden. It's done exceptionally well. Brings it out. Whoa, this fella, Griffiths, he is very, very skillful. Moves really well. Moves like a gazelle, and he's one-touch sticky fingers, Craney.
Yeah, he's definitely shown a bit. I know it's early stage of this first quarter. And he'll come off on the Harvey 9-minute interchange bench to have a little bit of a spell.
Ball's one down by Rinda. Taken by Aussie. Gets his handball away in the nick of time to Brandon Hill. Ball's gone into the middle of the ground to a one-on-one. Palatti does well. Goes back to Holmes with a handball. These two working together brilliantly today. Puts the ball over Healy's head and tells him to run. He does from 55. He puts in a worm burner. Oh, nearly onto the chest of Kirk. Fumbled it at the last minute, and they're going to throw it in. That was good footy until the last bit.
I like the way they're throwing the ball around. Yeah, it might be a bit overused sometimes, Mac, but sometimes you just got to get ball in hand, don't you, and to get everyone involved.
Absolutely. on the ball comes back into play, left forward pocket for Collie. They win the footy, and there's a good snap off the right boot to Healy, and they've got their third goal.
That is a definite try for the WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day. He stayed for it. We talked about keeping your feet, didn't we? And that's exactly what he did. He was under a fair bit of pressure, just whacked it on his boot and put it over the side, and Collie away.
But what they're doing, Croney, is they're flinging the ball around the contest.
That's exactly, exactly.
It's like they're prepared to boom, 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 so they wrong foot the opposition. It's just not one handball and a kick down the line. So,
but it's something you spoke about before the start of the game, where you've got to build on next year, and you're working towards next year at this stage. And I know there's still a lot of games in this season, but that sort of footy where you're flinging around, getting touches, it's going to have its. Sometimes you're going to turn the footy over, but the positive is you're getting a lot of momentum for the next season.
And on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard for Southwest Isuzu Utes, Collie 3 straight to Harvey 1 point, as there's a 0-0 draw in the middle of the ground, so they're going to do it all again.
Gee, big ask for Luke Gill.
Up they go. Big win down by Rinda. Collie away again. He's tackled his Bruce, but managed to get his hands free. Couldn't quite get it to Jack Rinda. Now the ball spills out. English goes inside 50. Burton's there in a bit of space. Keeps the ball in play cleverly. Wheels around, left boot. Floats it into the pocket. Ball spills free. Really hard work by Wiggers from Harvey, and he brings it out. But being smashed back in by Healy. Harvey team recovers. Working really hard, Riley Irvine. Eventually they bring it out, but reading it like a book was Corey Holmes. Now he goes long back inside 50 to put the pressure back on. They fly. Ball comes to ground. Fontana head over the footy. Ball spills out. No one can get a handle on it. Marino just soccers it, but straight into an opponent. Now Aussie bangs it out, and there's that man Holmes again, and he's having a fair bit of it. He goes straight over there. Oh, nearly found Burton on the lead. And the umpire has said without the football. And it's going to be a free kick to Harvey.
Corey Holmes playing a nice sweeping role for Collie. He's just there every time they try and expert the Harvey Bulls.
Yep. So Marino looking for options. Nothing to go to. So he goes out to a one-on-one on the far side. Working exceptionally hard there to try and win the footy with Salazano. In the end, it was to no avail. They fly. Ball comes back to Marino. They're inside D50. Ball comes out now. Good pass and hits Mellis on the chest. That was really good work by Gotti. Mellis goes long down the line here on the members' side. Coming out to meet it was Evan Hill. Brought the ball to ground, then saw it across the line.
Fairly good result for Harvey. There was a 2-on-1 to Collie.
Looked to be a fairly good match-up between Braden Irvine and Evan Hill on that flank while Irvine's resting.
Southern Lock and Security match-up, Mac.
Yeah, if I can say it right. Ball comes back into play. Not the best throw-in. Anyway, here's that man Griffiths. He merges from the pack. He's got Chapman on the lead. These two look like twins, and they look like they've got twin telepathy.
How was that kick, though? That was absolutely superb. That was made the lead was there, but, gee, that kick was absolutely perfect.
Oh, it was or what? But Chapman and Griffiths look like they've played together for 100 years. He's dead in front, Croney, and he's going to have a shot from 40.
The Harvey Bulls need this one just for themselves.
Chapman puts it up. It's a bit of a mongrel float. It's not going to make the distance. Comes off hands. Collie emerge again with the football. That man Holmes. He gets it out, trying to find Kent. Ball still in dispute. There's still a chance, the Bulls. Oh. And off the side of Mellis's boot, he sprays it for one behind.
Just had a little bit more time there to settle, although the pressure's been pretty hot in this game. You can understand why the young fella was in a bit of a hurry.
They're going to rue those couple of opportunities, Croney, because they really needed them while Collie have dropped the concentration levels.
You do need to. And that's what happens when you're down the bottom of the ladder too. You hit the nail on the head, Mackie. You don't keep those concentration levels up for long periods of a quarter.
Okay, so now Corey Holmes looks to be the designated distributor today. He's going to bring the ball out of full back. Runs his full measure, then just goes absolutely whack to the far half-back flank. Ball comes off hands. Marino roves it. Doing really well, the skipper for his side, and then he finds Chapman on the lead again. He's really good on the lead, this young man.
Yeah, it's good to see, isn't it? And you want to be with delivery like that from Marino. Read that ball beautifully off the pack.
They need to get Griffiths around the square. Get him around the square for this contest. Chapman, right side for a right footer. No daylight to speak of. He's going to kick from 45. In he comes. Off his right boot. Puts it up. It's not going to make the distance. It's off hands again. They need to get it to him at the 35 metre mark. Logan it's Cook actually ties it up, and the umpire's going to ball it up in the right forward pocket.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of breeze out there, but that ball seems to be holding up, heading towards the city end.
So Griffiths pushed out of it by Rinder, and English, he wins the crumb, but it only goes as far as Riley Irvine took a good mark, and then he finds Griffiths. Umpire says not 15 play on. Griffiths gives it back to Irvine. He fires on goal, and I think it's snuck in for a behind. So they're peppering the Bulls to no avail. And Holmes brings it back into play immediately. Second bounce. Gets it outside 50. Finds a teammate on the lead. That was really good work. That was Tanner he found. And the ball comes back into Polar. Polar just gives it to Stewart. They're still just on the edge of D50. Now he's gone up and found Holmes. He's at right half back, hard up against the boundary, looking for someone to give it to. Goes long down the line. Players set themselves. Ball goes over the pack. Ball is won there by Brandon Hill. Gets a teammate, gives it to a teammate. He goes into the middle of the ground, but only goes as far as Polar. Polar positioning himself well. Goes out looking for Bignell. Had to go hard, both players. He had a contest from Salazano. Now they recover with the football. That's really good work by Harvey. Goes inside. Good.
That is a terrific mark.
Good.
Held his ground, the defender.
That was Mouncey. Great defensive mark. Got it to Stewart.
Did you write that one down, Charlie?
I will highlight it.
Comes to Braden Irvine. He's at left half back for Collie. Collie under pressure at the minute. Stewart runs up. Takes a good mark. And umpire says 50. Dealt with harshly by Wiggers. Not much in it, I would have thought. He's marched him that full 50, Craney too, and some. And he plays on there. No, umpire's going to make him come back behind the mark. And Fontana was on the big lead too.
Stewart's been pretty handy. Busy, isn't he?
Works, Craney. Not much of him, but I like his appetite for the contest, both inside out.
It's good to have a good appetite, Mac.
Yep, and he finds Bignell. Bignell hits it into the teeth of goal. No one can take the mark. Spills out the back to Tanner. He fires on goal, and he's missed to the far side.
Their first blemish for the afternoon. As you said, Harvey have had a number of shots.
Craney, it's excitement plus here today at Collie Recreation
It is exactly that, Macca. It's good, it's hard, it's physical.
And Aussie brings it in, but unfortunately, not the best kick to Gill. He's mucked it up. It's picked up by Chitty. He's absolutely mobbed by Marino and co. And it's going to be balled up. Oh, Marino's won the free kick. He's found, is it Egerton Green?
Yep.
It is. Egerton Green goes long down the line.
That's a clever kick.
It's a really good kick.
Thread the needle.
Mellis took the mark and played on immediately. Here comes Chapman. It's Mellis is going to be there again. Tried to flick it over to the middle of the ground. Coming out was Cook. Yeah, Cook, and he's won a free kick. Do you know what that was for, Alan?
Yep.
It's with Griffiths now. He goes long and strong from 55. It's not going to make the distance on the line. Trickles over off the hands of Evan Hill. And it's another point to Harvey.
They're racking them up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, Collie 3-1-19 to Harvey, 4 points. Rightio, Corey Holmes for the restart.
That's
we got
courtesy of Jared O'Brien too on those stats.
We've got about 2 minutes to play.
I'm right now. You haven't got a mic, so you talk back to me.
So it's come up. Burton's got it at half back. English gets another kick away. Bignell can't mark. Following up is Aussie. Left foot bullet down the line, and it just trickles out. Will the umpire say insufficient intent? Because there wasn't a teammate there to kick it to. Or he's just going to say it's a shocker of a kick.
Just a shocker of a kick, which is what it was.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of intent about it myself. Anyway, who am I? I'm just a bloke in the box calling. All right. left half forward for the Harvey Bulls. Rinder to go at it with Egerton Green. One down by Rinder. Ball comes out to Malice. He's working really hard, gets a handball away only as far as Collie, and they bring the ball out of defence again. A good strong mark there. Tamir's out on the lead. We've got 1:39 left to play in this quarter, and for all of Harvey's attacking, Collie have dominated the scoreboard. English gets a handball up to Bignell on the move. Inside 50 he goes. Fontana, fantastic pickup. Comes into the corridor. Here's Bignell, taps it to himself. Has he got his second? No, he's missed the lot. And it's trickled over the line. There'll be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for the Eagles.
Second quarter's going to be interesting here, Mac, just to see Harvey kicking to that end. Seems to be the scoring end. It's hard to see why, but the ball does seem to be travelling a little bit further towards that end.
Comes back into play. Misses everyone. Picked up off the deck by English. His kick smothered. Still they go. They've done pretty well, the Bulls. Riley Irvine got a handball back. He's now got the football. Does it. A little bit of a dance step. Then brings it out. Malice has to go with Rinder. Oh, that man Griffiths. He's taken it. Comes to Malice. Working pretty hard around the footy's Gill. He's tackled because he fumbled. And there's not long to go in this quarter. About half a minute holding the ball. Poor old Gill. Didn't think he had much prior. But good tackle all the same to DeAngelis. Goes to the hot spot. They set themselves. Fontana.
Strong, very, very strong.
About 20 seconds to go, Crane. If he goes back and slots this on a 45-degree angle, right about 45 metres, it could rip the heart out of the Harvey Bulls.
It'll make it a bit difficult, won't it? And a lot of their goals, Collie, have kicked have come out of those packs where defenders could have probably smothered. Oh, it's on after the siren kick, Mac.
There's really about 3 minutes to go, but I just wanted to set it up. Just joking. Just joking. In he comes, Fontana. 45 on a 45. Beautiful left foot drop punt.
Who said about that?
Yeah, stick that kicking technique up your backside, Darren McDonald. That's how you do it. And on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard, it'll be Collie 4 goals, 125 to the Harvey Bulls 4 points. Craney, that scoreboard isn't indicative of how the game's been played.
It hasn't. Harvey Bulls have thrown a fair bit out that quarter. Very interesting to see what transpires in the second quarter. I reckon the ball is travelling a little bit further towards the clubhouse end, but it is quarter time here at the Collie Rec Ground. We'll be back after the break for quarter number 2. And the Collie Eagles 4 goals, 2-26. They lead the Harvey Bulls 4 straight points in a fairly entertaining first quarter of footy where Harvey Bulls had enough of the footy. They wasted a few opportunities they probably should have made better efforts at. And the Collie Eagles, well, they had a couple of snaps out of the pack when they were pretty well directly in front that could have been closed down, could have, should have, haven't. They haven't. And the scoreline pretty much reads what it does, Mac, but a pretty entertaining game of footy.
Yeah, it's actually quite even through the midfield. Both sides wanting to get it going. They're mixing it up, going down the line and through the corridor. And it's been really entertaining to watch.
Ready to start second quarter action. This is SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald.
Rinder and Irvine go at it for Hyundai. Rinder takes it out of the rock, gets a handball away. English has the footy now, slips the handball off to Reuben. He gets a kick on. Coming out on the lead was Fontana, met pretty solidly in the contest. Little toe poke off the ground there by the Collie player in Kirk. Harvey under pressure on the goal line, and the umpires signalled it behind, and that's Wiggers that carried it over. And now Aussie brings the ball back into play. Braden Irvine can't quite get the knock. Brought down beautifully by Palatti. English gives it back to Palatti. Palatti fires on goal.
That's the way you do it.
First blood in this second quarter. They are on fire.
Yeah, they look. I think Coach Ash Stewart might have just had a little bit of a word to him. The way Rinder went with real intent in that centre bounce. He grabbed it out of the pack himself and said, I'm going to take the game on. And as much as Harvey missed those opportunities down there, the Collie Eagles didn't. Palatti went bang.
I'll tell you what, Craney, I reckon there's a bit of Gia Vanetti firewood in those Collie Eagles change rooms because they are hot.
I reckon there'd be a bit of Giovanetti firewood burning around the countryside, Max.
Yeah.
It's not overly hot out there.
And Hyundai, we're back to the middle for Hyundai, their end-of-year financial sale. They had a pre-end-of-year financial sale. Craney, what's going to happen after July 30? We're going to have a post-end-of-year financial sale for Hyundai.
Just more good value.
Up they go. Rinda. Irvin. Rinda gets it down to Burton. Burton slips the handball to English. English handballs further afield to Reuben. They take the ball away. Collie doing it with ease at this point in time. That was really good work. Goes up to full forward. Waiting at the back was Bruce, and he's ended up with a free kick for front on contact.
That is as good as what you've seen. That movement out of the centre by the Collie Eagles, it was precise. They were running into good directions, and they end up with a shot for goal. And, gee, they've wound it up a little bit after the quarter-time break.
Well, they're buoyed by their first quarter, and they are really hot.
So much for that theory that it might be easier to score down the clubhouse end.
Yeah, the air density is no difference. So, no distance to speak of, but a pretty sharp angle off his left boot, straight through the eye, diddle, and Bruce gets his first for the day. Whoa.
Just around
Collie
the
are going to be
stoppages.
hard to toss now, Craney.
Well, it's just around the stoppages. You could see their confidence grow. Starts with the big man Rinder in there. He just thought, nah, I've had enough of this. I'm up against a smaller opponent. He's going to make the most of it. And he set the standard for the Collie Eagles. And I just like the intent on that ball movement.
I think the player that brought the ball inside and did a lot of fancy footwork around the 50 is on the far wing, just trying to catch his number if he swings around. Yeah, it was Robert Chitty.
Well, he's been a good player for all.
Yeah.
But fancy footwear, there's a number of them today. We should have a sponsor for the dance of the day, I think.
Tell you what, this turf's a lot firmer than that turf at the SCG, Craney, the way these players are moving around. Up they go. Rinder and Irvine. Irvine wins this one down. But Pilati got it back to Rinder by hand, and Rinder kicks it up to centre half forward. Working extremely hard in the contest was Healy. He dribbles it forward again. Harvey tried to repel. Bignell beats three of them. Got it back there beautifully to Swallow. Swallow back to Bignell. Bignell fires on goal. He misses to the far side. Jace Fontana gives him a little wave and says, Shannon Noel, what about me? Or moving pitches, depending on your era.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB is there.
No, and they sponsor Craney's expert comments and analysis.
And also on the ball with Jared and Craney, Friday afternoons.
Aussie brings the ball back into play for the Bulls. Big fly at the footy from DeAngelis, brings it to ground, but Harvey get it further down the wing. Corey Holmes in an absolute paddock if the ball stays in for him. Time to stop, prop, comes to English, his former teammate from East Fremantle, goes back to Holmes, can't pick it up. Malice does well for the Bulls, and the Bulls go inside 50. Sitting underneath it is Chapman. So, Chapman pulled up short. Couple of shots on goal in the first quarter.
It might be an understatement, Mac, but I reckon the Harvey Bulls might need this one to go through.
Absolutely they do. The game needs it.
Need to crank up the teamwork thanks to Gen X Engineering.
He's going to kick it from 35, almost directly in front. Kicking to the left of your radio dial. Puts it up on his right boot. That's a better looking kick from Chapman. And the Bulls have got there first about 4 minutes into this second quarter.
Well, they just need to steady and hold the fort a bit because the Collie Eagles come out after quarter time and they were absolutely on fire and they looked to take complete command. So a goal against the flow of play, you know, that can turn the systems a bit. Sometimes you've got to stop, reboot and start again, and that's what the Harvey Bulls need to do now.
They need to get back-to-back goals, Craney, to put a bit of scoreboard pressure back on.
They also need to start winning around these stoppages because Collie have had way too much of it on their own terms. The stats where Jared O'Brien just gave me a minute ago are well in favour of the Collie Eagles.
And on the Harvey Norman electrical Bunbury scoreboard, it's 6-4 Collie 40 to Harvey 1-4-10 as the ball is in the middle of the ground, and emerging with the football was Gotti from Harvey, and he found Malice, who's working really hard for his side, took a good market on the half-forward flank, goes inside looking for Egerton Green. Egerton Green picks it up and
nice
that was a slick handball. It's driven inside there by Collie, And they've Harvey, and they've got their goal, second goal, back to back.
Charlie's got 2 hands in the air. He enjoyed that one. And that's exactly those 2 things we just asked about, Macca. The centre clearances and a couple of goals in a row. That's exactly what they did. They were very good around that second centre clearance.
Did you see who kicked it?
Liam Lockley, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Lockley.
That's a mistake on my...
It's number 11.
Yeah, I've got him down as number 12. That's the problem. Thanks, Charlie. Good man.
All good.
Glad
Got eyes everywhere, has Charlie.
I'm glad we bought you, mate. Making us look good.
It'll take good makeup artists to do that, mate.
Righto. Rinda and Irvine to do battle again. Rinda smacks this one forward for the Collie team. There in the thick of it is
How did
Gotti.
he do that?
Gets it out to Malice, who hung out. If it sits for him, he could be away. Gets a handball across. Gets a handball across to Malice. Working pretty hard. Sorry, that's Menzies, 27. Then they go inside. That's Gotti. And it's good. Nearly a good strong mark to Chapman. Heaven Hill waiting down in the back and kicks a beauty.
Well, we've woken a sleeping giant here. It was Gotti in the middle. He was running with 2 Collie Eagles players on each side, and they looked like they were going to go. He put his hands through the middle of them, grabbed it, and just stopped, and the Collie Eagles ran past, and he turned around. I thought that was a pretty handy bit of play.
And apologies to number 27, Menzies, who's been in everything for the Harvey Bulls. I've been calling him Malice for a quarter and a bit. We'll rectify that now. He's been playing a really good game for the Bulls, Craney, Menzies.
Yeah, isn't it amazing this game of footy? That's why we love it, isn't it? You can have one side completely on top, and then all of a sudden Harvey Bulls kick a goal, and they kick another 2 in a couple of minutes.
Back to 18 points of difference on the Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical scoreboard. Up they go for Hyundai. Irvine wins this one down for the Bulls. They're up and about at the minute. There's a real strong contest in the middle of the ground. Lockley head over it. Umpire's going to do it all again for Hyundai.
We'll take you around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil when the other games get underway.
One down by Rinda. Head over the footy was Irvine. Got it to Lockley. There's that man Menzies again. Bungled out of it. Rinda. Big body over the ball. English. Tackled hard by Salazano. Both sides have a real appetite for the contest. Collie break free. Bring it out to this members wing. Setting off after it was Wiggers. Grabbed it and then run down beautifully by
That's
Mears.
a Bunbury Mower service tackle of the day, Macca.
Mears, Bunbury Mower service tackle of the day right here on the members wing. So here he goes. Right out wide to Bignell, all on his own. Marks it inside the boundary line, still too far out to score. Plays on, looks into the corridor. Players set themselves, no one can mark. Ball's got off the deck. Harvey bring the ball out through Strano, and it's a 1-on-3. And the Collie player, Chitty, won the ball. He won the ball against 3 opponents and got a ball up.
Gee, the game has lifted a couple of levels. Good to watch. We'll just go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil, Charlie.
Yeah, HBL and Bunbury. Bunbury lead by 1 point. It's 0-1. And Eden Kerry Park, we're not sure about the scoreboard for that one.
So Holmes has the footy, just received it from English, goes to Rinda, back to Holmes, usually a good user of the football. Looking there is Mears, treading the light, fantastic. Umpire said he just went out of bounds. There'll be a ball in at the right forward pocket
the old
for the
light,
Collie Eagles.
Fantastic, like you on the dance floor, mate.
Oh, there might be a hullabaloo shortly too. Oh, and the ball comes back into play for Hyundai. Burton does exceptionally well.
Yeah,
the
I
umpire
don't
said
think
he
you can
threw
handball
it.
like that.
Said he threw it.
The overhand handball doesn't work.
So coming with the football is Gotti, looking for an option. Puts in a stab pass, finds Braden Irvine. Working pretty hard for his side, the ruckman. Looking for options. Goes out wide to right half back. Ball clears the pack. Setting off after it is Strano. Goes to ground at a crucial moment. Could tie it up and, yep, causes the 50-50 and there'll be a ball up.
I like the way Edgerton Green goes about. If he doesn't take the mark, he takes the pack.
That's right, because he can't change direction, Craney.
Oh, it's good. I mean, if you're going to make an impact, you make an impact.
Yeah, Rinda wins the ball down. Ball's kicked in there by Swallow. They still fumble around with it. Goes over the line. Umpire says ball it in for Hyundai, and they're about 60 metres out from Collie's goal on the far side. So Irvine going to go at it with Rinda, as they have done for most of the game so far. One down by Rinda. Came out to Bruce. He got a handball away to no one in particular, and as a result, Aussie got the footy to Marino, and Marino smacked it forward.
He landed in the tree.
Stuck in the tree.
It went
And
out.
it's stuck in the tree.
It nearly ended up in the palindrome.
Hope we got another footy because this footy is stuck in the tree. You wouldn't see that too many days at a Southwest Football League game, but I can tell you
He's trying
there's
to
a bloke out there
trying to knock it down with a can of Carlton Draft.
That's amazing.
There it
Hey,
is. Well
they got
done.
it
Well done to the man over
Have
there.
we got any prizes from any
I
of the
reckon
sponsors?
there's
Give him
gotta
a
be a
bag of
sponsor.
Giovanetti's firewood. Warm him up over there. It'll be pretty cold. And now Holmes brings the ball back into play. They fly, and waiting down was Burton. Judged it beautifully.
He
Just a
did.
chess mark.
That was very well judged. He had players flying all around him, and Burton just stood, kept his eyes on the footy, and the ball landed on his chest.
Geez, this footy's flinging around today. So Burton's going to kick from about 30 metres out.
Tell you what, it's a high-class contest for two sides that are near the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, he's on a 45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from about 30 metres out. And it's the right side for this right footer.
Jared still
Goes off his left, though. And he's hit the woodwork.
The right side for right footer, Jared, but he went off his left. Now you've confused him, Mac. Banged into the post.
I've got Charlie here to sort it out for us, so.
He's got his protractor out there too, trying to work it all out.
Aussie's got the football at fullback for Harvey. Brings it back into play. Pilati couldn't quite take the mark for Collie, and then in the end, a fist from Gill sees it over the line just inside 50 for the Collie Football Club.
When Charlie gets ready, we'll have a quick around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil in the next break of play.
Burton's kicked a couple of points now, Craney.
He's been a pretty good goal kicker all round so far this year.
So Rinda wins this one down. Coming at the footy hard was Gotti of Harvey, got the handball out. Strano tackled as he got rid of it. There's Hill with the football. Got it to Gill. Gill snaps it forward and it just tumbles forward. But coming out, meeting the football really well was Salazano. Gave it to Irvine, who gave it back to Salazano. Wasn't Irvine, rather, it was Tanner. It's tied up here on the wing. Umpire's going to ball it up.
That's when you handball to a teammate who doesn't really want it. He was standing there, didn't really want the footy.
Up they go, right here on the members' wing. Run down beautifully by Irvine. Burton roves it. Gets about to the quarterback, Holmes. Holmes goes whack on the right boot. Mears stands underneath it, nearly outmarked though by Salazano. And they go clear again, do they? The Bulls eventually via the boot of Reeves. Reeves goes bang, and a beautiful mark there to Griffiths. Jeez, he's graceful. Goes inside looking for his twin Chapman. Gets a handball away to Cook. Cook does the pump fake thing, spirals it into the pocket. Will he get a kind bounce for a point? Geez, how good were those long sleeve chaps for the Harvey Bulls, Griffiths and Chapman?
Definitely got a bit of class about him.
Oh, graceful. Griffiths is
You just
graceful.
know when he goes near the footy, he's going to come out with
He's
it.
Keith Gregg like Griffiths.
Oh, there goes a name from the past.
And there we go, Holmes with the big kick out of defence. Land in the
Pretty big compliment too,
in the lap of Bruce, dual Brownlow medalist. And then that ball's kicked away by Harvey's Malice. It's now inside 50 for Harvey. Holmes gathers the football. He's brought to ground. Umpire says he's going to throw it in. Yep, throw it in for Hyundai.
Just go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil, Charlie.
HBL versus Bunbury. Bunbury are 3-1-19. HBL no score.
Ooh.
Just keep an eye on Holmes. He's getting up a bit gingerly for SKG Radiology. Rinda wins this one down. Collie play them absolutely mugged. They've got an appetite for it, the Bulls. If they can get another one here, Craney, she's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh, she's definitely on, and well, they should be too. I mean, both of them had tough seasons, so there's a real chance to put 4 points on the board.
Hacked out of the
That's
pack
a
there
great
by
mark.
Lester Smith, and a really strong mark there by Menzies.
That must have been a great mark because our cameraman Dean Lomax just launched into applause, so he enjoyed that one, did the hockey coaching champion.
So Lester Smith with the big mongrel kick into the corridor, but Menzies there, gutsy mark.
He'll say he passed it in nicely there, Mac.
He's dead in front, Craney, so it doesn't matter what foot he kicks with, and he's going to kick it from 35. He runs in deliberately. Beautiful drop punt to Menzies, and he is having a terrific game. Kicked the goal, by the way.
Yeah, look, they just kept on bullocking that ball through there. I like the way Menzies has gone about it. He's been running through that midfield and picking up plenty of the footy, and a nice finish by the young fella. You said he was directly in front. You still got to get him through there, Mac. I've seen AFL players miss them, so he did a good job with that.
I think I might have even missed a couple of those in my time, Craney.
No, I can't recall that. Darren McDonald.
On the Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical scoreboard, it's Collie Eagles 6-5-41 to the Harvey Bulls, who are surging back into this contest 4-4-28. They're going to go up again for Hyundai's end of year financial sale. Get yourself a new set of wheels down at Hyundai. If you haven't already got a Isuzu. Rightio. One by Chitty out of the middle. Burton out of the middle. Gets it back to English. English, beautiful handball to Rinder. Burton runs on. They're doing it well out of the middle. The Eagles coming out is Fontana. Can't quite mark it. And they get it off the deck. And Reeves just spirals. A lot of torpedo punts out here today at the recreation ground. Kent has the footy for Collie. Just chips it up the boundary line. He found Healy. Healy to the teeth of goal. No one can mark the footy. Getting there to the bottom of it was the Collie player in Jack Rinder. Couldn't get hold of it, and they're going to ball it up about 15 metres dead in front. 15 metres out, dead in front of Collie goal.
The teamwork from both sides, thanks to Gen X Engineering, has been pretty good today, Mac.
Absolutely, it has. Ball's one down by Harvey Bulls. They tried to get a kick away through Reeves. Still in dispute.
Nicely controlled.
Now they emerge away, and Wiggers is fast becoming the best defender on the ground. That was Cook. Got it to that man, Menzies. He's off to the races. One bounce. Has the goals in his sights. He's got Hill over the back. Big timely fist there by the Collie defender. Hill gets it off the deck. That was clever. In the corridor. As Chapman gets around one. He's kicked a sausage. The Bulls have got 5 in a row.
Well, it might be the scoring end, Mac, the clubhouse. It took them a while to get going in this quarter, but once they decided to go, a beautiful score by the Collie defender, but Hill kept a bit of awareness, and the Collie Eagles just dropped back in, did Chapman into the right spot at the right time. I thought he was going to get into a bit of trouble, but take up our young Menzies, and there was a backman there, I'm not quite sure it was. He was very, very slick in his handball. A couple of those in and unders, Mac, that people don't see make the world of difference.
Oh, unbelievable. This Menzies character is fast becoming best on ground. And on the Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical scoreboard, it's now only 7 points in favour of the Eagles.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB.
6 points. 6 points, sorry.
That's all right, Mac. Jared O'Brien just picked up on that.
I'm only a school teacher. Now,
not maths, though.
Craney, let's give a special mention to Wiggers because he's had a couple of big moments for Buckingham the Butchers. Now, coming through the pack was Brandon Hill, and he gets the clearance, gets it out there beautifully to Griffiths. The ball slapped back by Collie. Brandon Hill's followed up, but slipped over like he's on the SCG. Working hard now in defence is Swallow. He got the handball across to English. Collie get out of defence for the time being, but that was exceptionally well attacked by Aussie. Aussie comes into the corridor. He's found that teammate Gill. Gill's marked it. He's got Riley Irvine. Still in the middle of the ground. Stab pass, and all to no avail. Jack Rinder takes the mark. He gives it off quickly to Polar. And then it's intercepted by Marino. The Bulls are on the charge. It's Hill. Can't mark. Here comes Chapman. Held without the football. Stewart picks up the crumb. They play on. Chapman's dangerous around the footy. Working extremely hard. There is Gill. Umpire's going to ball it up. Craney, I need a breath.
You better have a bit of a spell, mate, because it is on. As you say, Macca, a lot of players throwing a lot into this contest.
Up they go. Rinder wins this one down just. Waiting down there was Egerton Green. What's the umpire said? He's going to ball it up again. That's a big task to bring Egerton Green to ground. Rinder slaps this one away. Burton tackled when he didn't have it. Oh, he threw. Incorrect disposal. They've played on. Umpire says no.
Oh, Edge and Greeny, seen the goals coming up
Oh,
there.
jeez. So, this man, Evan Hill, very skillful, Craney. He's done a couple of nice things for Buckingham the Butchers, bucking big
A
moments.
fair chance to have a crack at this one.
Oh, this to bring it the scores to even, Alan. And we've only got 5 minutes left on the clock, according to my mate Greg here.
Greg's entrusted you with a fair bit.
I know.
I'm a little bit worried about
That's why
that.
I'm on tender hooks. Anxiety's going through the roof.
So is Greg.
So he's worse than 45. He's going to kick from 45. Right foot.
Oh,
He hangs it out there. They set themselves. Ball comes to ground. Griffiths gets it out to Cook. It's another one. Another point to the
Oh,
Bulls.
the players like that.
Oh, they tried
They did.
to con
The goal umpire was having absolutely none of that.
So, Holmes brings the ball out for the Eagles. All players set themselves. Nearly a very strong mark to Bruce. Comes to ground. Reeves for the Bulls. Drives it back inside 50. Contest in the air.
Good mark.
Exceptional mark there to Mouncey. Gets it across. Gets it across to Polar.
Pretty cool and calm defender, Mouncey.
Polar hard up against the boundary line. Inside D50. Off the side of the boot. Ball comes off the hands of Gill. And there'll be a ball in for Hyundai, just forward of centre wing for the Bulls.
We're looking for a CPR outdoors mark of the day too,
Yeah,
Darren. So if you can conjure one of them up for me.
The last time we were out here, Craney, it came 30 seconds before the end of play.
Too. You have a very good memory, Darren McDonald.
Ball comes back into play. One down there by Gill. Working hard around the contest was Bruce, and then he gets a big left foot up the line. They fly. Nearly a big screamer from Healy. Getting the ball off the ground is Kent. Comes back to Bignell. He's dangerous. Goes down the line asking a bit of Burton. Fontana comes out and just comes off his hands. There'll be a throw in at left half forward for the Collie Eagles, and they desperately need a goal to stop the momentum of the Bulls.
The running of the Bulls, is it, Macca?
Oh, I feel like we're in Pamplona. Was in Pamplona last year for a little
I
while.
was going to say where it was, but I forgot where it was.
Ball's one down again by Gill. Spits out to Kirk of Collie. Goes into the pocket. Fontana smashes it over the line. Just as Gotti was sitting underneath it. So deep in Collie Eagles' right forward pocket. The ball's going to come back into play for Hyundai. In it comes. Oh, it's a bit of a flat throw in. Coming at it hard there was DeAngelis. Ball's in dispute. Bruce is going with major intensity for the Eagles, but to no avail, and the umpire's going to ball it up.
Well, Collie kicked a goal after siren in the first quarter, Mac. Could it be the same?
Yeah, well, they need one. Working hard there. All players from both teams spitting out. The back was Griffiths working hard in defence now. Collie bring it out. Gotti brings it out of defence for the Bulls. It's back in the hands there of Salazano. Good little chip pass to find Strano. Strano goes long and out the back. He had Cook. Cook takes a mark, wheels around, left foot, bullet. Looking for Chapman, can't mark. Exceptional work and pressure from Elliott. They emerge through Holmes. Bignell at centre half back takes the mark. Comes across to Kirk. They're not out of danger yet, the Eagles. Up on the lead. Good mark to Kent. Only a minute left in this half. Jack Rinder sees the ball over the line, and there'll be a throw in right here on the members' wing. Poor Alan. We're going to need every ounce of the break for this one.
It is full on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's up off the chairs.
Rinder and Egerton Green. One down by Rinder. Taken and holding the ball to Gotti. Played on by English. He's got a teammate there that he's given it off to, and that was Swallow. Swallow goes long to full forward. Nearly a clever mark to Fontana. Emerging out of there is Morris. Got a handball away, and the Bulls will repel again. Comes straight down the corridor, but Holmes is there. They've got 28 seconds to get a goal, Craney. Here he goes. Plays on. Right foot pass. Out to English, all on his Pat Malone. Gets a handball out to her teammate there who drives it forward. They've got it one last time. Griffiths brings it out of defence. And there's a good mark there to Harvey's defender. And there is the time Salazano dived on the football. And at half-time, on the Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical scoreboard, Collie 6-5-41 to Harvey 5-5-35. 1 goal the difference. And at 1 point, Collie had 6 goals on the board and Harvey did not have one. Craney, what an entertaining affair out here at the Rec.
It is, Macca. We weren't quite sure what we were up for when we drove up the hill to Collie, but we are being involved in a very entertaining game of footy. We're going to be back after the break for the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. And welcome back to the Collie Rec ground. It is halftime here, and Collie Eagles 6 goals, 5-41. They lead 5-6-36. I think that score is right.
Yeah, it
is now. So we have goals to Collie, 1 to Pilati, 1 to Fontana, 1 to Bignell, 1 to Swallow, 1 to Bruce, and 1 to Healy. That's a fair spread of goals. Darren McDonald. 1 for the Harvey Bulls, 1 to Liam Lockley, 2 to Chapman, 1 to Menzies, and 1 to Heaven Hill. This is the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill halftime chat. A game it's been pretty entertaining, Macca. We didn't know quite what we were going to get when we were travelling up the hill for two sides in the bottom half of the ladder. But what we have got is a pressurised game. A lot of skill levels are being lifted, haven't they? And the teamwork has been very good. It's
certainly been worth the drive so far, Craney. It is exciting. It's entertainment plus. Both sides hot around the contest, but not afraid to take it on and use their run and stun and drive the ball long to the teeth of goal to put pressure on their defenders. And then what is really making it exciting, both sides are applying pressure on the defenders when it's in their forward line and the ball's getting locked in and we're getting shots on goal.
And we thought we'd come outside because it was getting a bit warm and toasty inside, Macca. So we'd come out and see what actually Dean Lomax made us come out here.
He did, because he wanted us to know how cold he was.
Now, Giovanetti Firewood too. Fend off the cold with Giovanetti Firewood. Who's running hot? Well, there's a number of players that are running fairly hot. I like the look of Hayes Griffiths from the Harvey Bulls.
So good.
When he goes near it, he's got a ton of skill. And he's kicking. Well, if you were a forward, you'd want to lead towards that kick boot, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think he's come out of the movie with Bruce Willis, The Sixth Sense. That's the way he plays. Griffiths, he is a fantastic player.
How you going?
He is a brilliant player. He just looks like he knows exactly what's going on. I love the way he moves.
You Menzies too?
Yes.
Has been using the ball very well for Harvey Bulls. Yep. He was the one that sort of lifted him and brought it back in. The Collie Eagles, at that second half, at that start of the second quarter, looked like Big Paul Rinder said, this is enough of this, the Collie Eagles ruckman, and was going to take it on. But Menzies sort of just brought them Bulls back into the game.
And the other part of his game, not only does he like the contest, but he's also hard running. So his hard run really brought Harvey back into the contest, along with the defensive work of Wiggers, and he brought the ball out of defence a number of times for the Bulls there in that second quarter and set up a lot of shots on goal.
So after all that, who's running hot for Giovanetti?
Running hot out of them all.
Out of them all.
Holy moly, Craney! I really like the work of. For me, so far it's been Menzies. He really got Harvey back into that game.
This is the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. We're going to take a quick break and then get inside in the warm and leave Dean Lomax out here. To the Southwest Football League, coming to you from the Collie Recreation Ground this afternoon, where it is the Collie Eagles and the Harvey Bulls at halftime. The Collie Eagles 6-5-41. They lead the Harvey Bulls 5-6-36. This is the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. And before we do too much, Macca, we're going to go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil, and Charlie's all up to date with the scores.
It's HBL 3-3-21, Bunbury 5-2-32, 5 minutes into the second quarter. And Eton versus Kerry Park, it's quarter time. Eton 2 straight 12, Kerry Park 2-6-18.
Game on there. Bunbury away to an absolute flyer, aren't they?
Yep.
Now, Macca, I know you don't like this segment, but we're gonna throw it to you. And you worry Jared O'Brien every time you do it. But Buckingham the Butchers have been great supporters of us over the years. Buckingham the Butchers inside the Bunbury Plaza. The big moment in that first half, Darren McDonald
Well, there was a lot of big moments. There's a lot of exciting play, but I just think one of the biggest moments I saw, Buckingham the Butcher's bucking big moment, was Rob Chitty out here on the half forward flank, all on his own. The Bulls looked to be away. He got into the contest, brought the ball to ground, and he beat 3 Bulls player to force a ball up. And at that stage, the Bulls were really charging. And it just helped to steady the ship a little for Collie in the back end of that quarter.
When the Bulls are charging, you get out the road, don't
That's
you,
it.
Mac? Charlie, you've sat here and watched the first half. Your Harvey Bulls, under a little bit of pressure at quarter time, right back in the contest.
Yeah, it's definitely been, I think, the best we've played, honestly, this year, to be honest. It's been exciting. It's been very exciting.
What do they need to do from here, mate?
Just sort of remain composed, just have fun out there in the second half.
Mate, you should be a coach. Thanks to SKG
Wise
Radiology. This is the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill. Both sides are back out onto the track. Harvey Bulls, interesting, Mac. Never went back in the rooms at half time. They stayed out on the ground.
Yeah, well, I guess they wanted to keep warm. There's obviously no heaters in the rooms for the opposition, so might as well stay outside and run around and keep warm.
Now, the Bulls should be up and about. I still think, I know that flag over the other side of the goals is limp, but it still seems to be a scoring end towards that clubhouse, the one the Harvey Bulls kicked within that quarter.
Definitely. There's been 10 goals kicked to that end of the ground today out of the 11 so far. So whatever that reason is, that is the scoring end today. So
Well, we were just told it's atmospheric pressure.
who was that by? J.O.B.? Or was that our timekeeper extraordinaire, Greg?
Greg was just saying it's denser down that end when the ball goes up in there.
Denser down that end.
Yeah, denser and, well,
Thinner,
it's a bit hard. We're sitting on radio and we're pointing to either end.
thinner air left of your dial.
Anyhow, getting back to the footy. We're not very far away from the start of the second half. A fair bit on the line for both these two sides. Whoever wins today gets themselves off the bottom of the ladder. So it'll be very interesting to see. And they're playing like that, Macra. They're playing like the intensity and been very impressed. Just about to start three-quarter action. This is SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald.
Up they go for Hyundai. Rinda beats Irvine in the ruck. English pounces on it. Can't quite get a handle on it. Palatti picks it up. Dishes off a handball. They go forward, but not in any fine style, the Eagles. But they've come out with good intent. There's a kick down the line there. Inside 50 for Collie. Burton meets it with dash. Gets around on his left boot. Snaps one early. It's home. Just the start they needed, the home side.
That's a couple of times Burton done that. I spoke about it before. He hits the ball with real intent, and when you do that, you're pretty hard to stop. Knew where the goals were, and wow, that's the way to start a third quarter, isn't it?
Oh, well and truly. And it was grunt work, Craney out of the middle. It wasn't clean, it wasn't pretty, but they stuck to the task till eventually they got the ball out to a player in space who drove it in, and Burton just made a very average delivery look very, very good.
Those clearances, we know how important they are, but in this game, that has been the absolute key to it.
So for Southwest Isuzu Utes, Craney, the score is now 6-5-41 to the Bull. 7-5-47 to the Bulls 5-6-36. Up they go for Hyundai. One down by Irvine. English has a second crack at it after he missed it the first time.
That's strong.
Really good mark there to Collie at centre half forward. They've come aside, come out. Kirk's got the ball at left half forward. Bignell's all on his own still if he wants to use him. Now he elects to go longer looking for Fontana. Can't get up. Umpire's found a free kick and it's going the way of Marino, the skipper of the Bulls.
Yeah, been very good and very clean,
Goes across goals, finds Gotti. Gotti's worked hard as well, gets it out, and he finds his ruckman, Irvine, Braden Irvine goes back to Gotti, who's run up to provide support.
Who's also had an outstanding season.
Oh, here's that man, Griffiths Craney.
Yeah, he's just impressed.
Beautiful mover. Took a mark. He's at left half back. Drives it into the middle, and it's a beautiful pass to Lockley, who plays on by hand to that man, Wiggers, who really set
That's
up.
the way to rack up the stats.
Back to Wiggers, runs to right half forward and drills Chapman, who dropped what he should have taken. He goes back, tries to recover, That's good energy by Chapman. Forces it out to Hill. And Hill has won a free kick for over the shoulder.
Oh, Greg didn't agree with that at all. But it's there.
But I tell you what, Craney, this bloke in the second quarter provided another option outside Griffiths and Chapman, and he really given the Eagles something to think about.
He has, and I just like the way both teams respond to a challenge.
45-degree angle, right side, if you are a left footer. Kicking from about 40. In he comes. Very slow, deliberate approach. Now he gets into a little bit of a saunter. Goes whack with the right boot. What a kick from Evan Hill, and he gets his second. Quick reply by the Bulls.
Yeah, that was going to be interesting whether the Collie Eagles were just going to put the hammer down, but a great reply to Harvey Bulls. They had trouble kicking goals up that in the first quarter, but Hill got the chance and made no mistake. I like the little bit of a lean back he did on it too, Mac. Good to see a drop kick go straight through the middle.
Did you see that right foot? He swung it like he was swinging his one-wood golf stick. It was a beautiful kick in the end.
But you're right, he's been a bit of a handful down there.
Yeah, and he
then pushes up through the midfield.
And he's very good at working in tight contests as well. You wouldn't think it to look at him, but geez, he's been good in the clinches down there. He's very skillful, very clever, very smart player.
And it's game on.
Is it what on the Suzuki? Isuzu.
It's someone's scoreboard, Mac.
Isuzu scoreboard. It's 47-42 in Collie's favour. There's been a free kick at the ball up infringement, and it's going the way of Lockley. So Lockley for the Bulls puts them into attack. Big long drop punt straight down the middle of the ground. A big mark. Is it Chapman or Griffiths? It's Chapman.
So we've got a contender, have we? For the CPR Outdoors Centre.
Well and truly, a big contested mark by Chapman, Craney.
Oh, Charlie just picked that box straight away there. He must have been pretty impressed with that one.
I'll tell you what, Craney, that could also be a Buckingham the Butcher's bucking big moment, particularly if they get the lead after this one. In he comes. Set sail from 40, dead in front. He's made no mistake. Chapman gets his third. Wow. And the Bulls hit the lead by a point.
Yeah, who would have believed that? That's why we love the game, Macca. That's why it's the best game in the world. We thought the Bulls were done, dusted. Collie kicked away to a fairly sizable lead.
It was a 6-goal start.
Yeah, the Bulls just kept working back, didn't they?
Yep.
And that was a great contender for our CPR Outdoor Centre mark of the day.
What a big moment. A Buckingham the Butcher's big moment from Chapman. A big contested mark. Then goes back and seals the deal with a right foot drop punt from 40 out.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB is there.
Rightio, Marino versus Rinder. What have the Eagles got? Big knock by Rinder. Slaps it forward, tells Palatti to go. Good clean gather. Goes inside 50. Burton on the chest. This is footy at its finest out the wreck, Craney.
It is absolutely that, Mac. It's intriguing.
It is just good to watch. I feel like I'm back in the 80s.
Well, the teamworks for Gen X Engineering from both sides is absolutely brilliant.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I just sort of folded that in, Mac.
It's another 45-degree angle. We need to get sponsored by Kmart Protractors. Another 45-degree angle.
Well, Jared's got it out now. He's worked it out, these angles.
He's going to shoot from 40. Off the left foot. Straight through the eye. Little. Collie with the reply, and the lead has changed again.
And what a reply that was straight out. Once again, Big Rinder said, "No, I'm having none of that." He went whack.
He did.
And it landed in the...
Palatti,
was it that took it?
Yep.
And the kick was sensational there. Who kicked the goal, Mac?
It was Burton.
He's
kicked a couple now.
Got his second for the afternoon.
He's got a beautiful left foot on him, Craney.
And we keep speaking about the clearances, though, but never have I seen it in this game, as in this game, is it's so dominant.
So
you win the clearance, you kick the goal.
5 points back in favour of the Collie Eagles on the Isuzu Southwest Utes scoreboard, and the ball's going up for Hyundai. One down by Marino. Taken, though, by Ruben. of Collie, but Marino gets the ball clear for the Bulls. They go inside 50. Griffiths harshly dealt with. Egerton Green comes and knocks over that person. Griffiths has it out in the open, hits it up to full forward looking for Chapman.
Oh, it's gone.
The ball's gone over the back. I don't think it was touch, Craney. It's a sausage. It's a sausage. Griffiths has his first. Lead change again. Point in front the Bulls.
And another contender for our WA Carver Supermarket goal.
Oh my God, we're
just
going to run out of Buckingham, the Bucking Big Butcher's steaks.
You're going to need a steak by the time you finish this.
I don't want to go home.
You'll be on a high all day, mate. He's been sensational all day, and it's just end-to-end footy.
But how good was Egerton Green in that contest?
We spoke about that, didn't we? If he doesn't get the footy, he makes an impact and takes a few players with him.
Did he? So. Just came and bulldozed the opponent.
But purely fair. I mean, he hasn't given away a kick.
No, it wasn't illegal. Bulldozed his opponent, and suddenly Collie had the numbers because one man was on the ground. So Rinda, Irvine. This is just a wonderful battle. Rinda wins it. English went out of the air. Lockley gathered the ball, gave it to Gotti, who got it on his right foot, outside of his right boot. It's at half forward for the Bulls, picked up by Holmes. Bit of urgency now. He gives it to Reuben. Reuben down the wing for Collie. Finds a teammate in Fontana. Fontana on his left boot into the pocket. Burton! The man is running hot for Giovanetti Firewood.
And also a contender for the CBR and centre mark of the day. Charlie just put that one down with a pick. You're going to have a fair few to pick from this afternoon.
Really strong
Charlie.
Mark in front of Reeves. Burton. He's on a really tight angle now, but it's the right side for his left foot, Alan.
Have you worked that out, Jared O'Brien? He's got his whiteboard at the back of us.
He's going to kick from 40. Just a little bit further around for him was his last one. But he's running hot. He lets fly with that left. It goes across the face. They fly. Ball hits and pitches still in play now. It trickles over the line. Be a ball in for Hyundai.
The last time these two sides met, it was a 1-point ball game and a kick after the siren. This is heading in the same direction, Darren Mack.
Fair dinkum, Craney. This is one of the best games we've called all year. Ball comes in. Big win down by Morris of the Bulls. Umpire says, I'm going to ball it up for Hyundai. Up he goes. One down by Morris again. They come out of it, the Bulls. Lockley, good handball to Aussie. Streaks to the top of the D50 and lets fly down that corridor. Hill was in front, but he also pushed his man Kent out. Sorry, it wasn't Kent. It was Tanner. Tanner plays on. So centre half forward. The Bulls go again. Lockley working overtime in defence at this point in time. English, handballs over his head. Braden Irvine gets it back to Mears. And it's an insufficient, what do you call it? Incorrect disposal. Incorrect disposal.
Just go for the throw, Mac.
Polo has a footy, and Polar is polarising as he picked out an opposition player in Riley Irvine. So Riley Irvine, top of D50. Big drop punt to the wing on the far side. Oh, Griffiths flew. Brought it to ground. Palatti, bang! Hits Aussie. She's on like Donkey Kong. And then Griffiths earns a free kick for a push in the back or being held without a footy, whatever you like. But you win a kick when you put your head over the ball, usually. Goes out to Aussie, who's sitting out on his own up against the boundary line, still at left half back for the Bulls. They're being a little bit more calculating now. The way to go today has been hard and fast. That's when things have worked out all right for you. Ball comes off the pack on the wing. Moving through is Eggert of Green. His kick smothered. He'll go again. Working hard there is Gill on the mop up. Inside 50, Chapman. Oh, couldn't get the kick, but it's a push in the back. Chapman's going to go back for his fourth crony, and it's not even three-quarter time.
But I like the way he leads at the footy, Mac. He's just 100 mile an hour as Griffith come off for a well-earned rest to the Harvey Norman interchange bench.
Well, Croney, you got to remember the air's denser down this end.
Atmospheric pressure is against him.
Rightio. Kick from 45, dead in front. Let's fly with a big drop. Punt's not going to make the distance.
Or
comes off hands. No. Big Rinder there on the line.
Let's go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil, Charlie.
HBL and Bunbury, we are 20 minutes into the second quarter. HBL 4-5-29, Bunbury 6-2-38. I don't have the scores for the Eton game on this app I have, but yeah.
That's all right.
So that's okay.
8 points of difference down there at HBL. Ball to come in by Holmes. Holmes goes out to that right half back flank. Ball clears the pack. Head over the footy, Bruce. Fights on for it. What's the umpire going to do? He'll ball it up at right half back for the Eagles. Both teams desperate, Craney. Not giving each other an inch.
Nah, it's been impressive.
One down by Marino. Got it to Pilati though. English to back to Pilati. Looked at Kent and said, no, I'm going to go further afield. And there's Mears waiting beautifully. Stewart's made the break if they can get it to him. Polar just had to look up. Polar just had to look up, but he didn't. Oh, big fly from Wiggers. Took out his opponent. Mears goes inside though still. And it's a race on with Reeves and Burton. No pressure.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Burton's so clever. He did not follow him into the goal and then appealed to the umpire, and the umpire has said, yes, I agree with you. Oh, they'll be gutted. Anyway, he's got to come around on an angle. A pretty tight one too. And he's a left footer, so he'll have to kick it on his right. No distance to speak of, about a metre out. No daylight to speak of. Wow.
Big call there, Darren McDonald.
What's he going to go? He's gone the Boonana!
The Boonana!
Straight through the middle! Straight through the middle. I thought he might have used the right boot. Craney doesn't look like he's got one, but he's got his third goal.
Not when you can kick a Boonana like that, Macca. You go with that. What a collision in the middle here. Good to see all
went
players.
straight back up as well.
Yeah, bounced up like a balloon, didn't he? And then thought that was a pretty handy. That was a big goal there.
But didn't you love the commitment of Wiggers? Just flew with the fist. Hey? Yeah. This game's given us everything today. This is incredible. It's on.
You'll be worn out, Mac, after this game.
What's the Isuzu Southwest scoreboard telling us? It's telling us the Eagles are 4 points in front of the Bulls. 11-point play there with Chapman not making the distance, and then a goal down the other end for an umpiring decision. Up they go, Gill. He's beaten by Rinder. English, he's been really good around the contest with the handball. Got it back to Gill. Mears met the ball really well. Back to English. He'll give it to Stewart on the outside. Stewart looks inboard. Aussie saving defensive mark by the Harvey Bull. Defender brings it out. Lester Smith on the chest, looking for someone to give it to. He does to Gotti. Gotti, gets around a couple. Nearly took on a third, then goes to Egerton Green. Bit too low for him, but there's that man Menzies. Takes off. Gets tackled. Desperation plus thanks to Bunbury Mower service. That was excellent by Ruben. So away we go. That's Jack Rinder. Gets a handball out to Pilati. Pilati trips over. Working overtime of the Bulls. That was Strano who kept it in play, in the Bulls forward line.
I think the best part about this game, Mac, is both sides are throwing caution to the wind.
They are.
Making it a great contest.
They are. Just take it on. And it's great coaching from both coaches. That was one down by Rinder, but only as far as Griffiths. He snapped it inside. But now Collie have repelled again. Here comes Mears on the lead. Good mark on the chest. Gives it to English, who's run on. English goes long. Right inside 50. Burton!
Again.
The chest. Whoa, isn't he providing some excitement up forward for the Eagles this quarter?
He's become a handful. They've sort of singled him outbound around there. He's very strong in the contest. But not only that, he's very clever.
He's on a pretty good player too in Marino, and to be able to muscle him out like he did in that contest, take the mark on his chest, he's now
going for goal number 4 too.
45-degree angle. It won't suit his left foot, but he's going to kick from 45. Goes off the left and misses to the left side.
After we built him up like that, he missed, but he has become a handful down there, as you said.
He's kicked 3 goals, Alan.
Marino's been pretty good. But
Marino has been good. He's led from the front, particularly when.
But you've got to be careful with the ball coming
when they were getting well beaten. When they were getting well beaten, Marino was having a red hot go. Here comes Aussie. Runs out of the square and goes bang out here to the members' side. Standing underneath it with a big strong mark was Swallow. So Collie will bring it back inside 50. Harvey getting back desperately to fill up the holes. Coming out and meeting the football was Healy. Couldn't take the mark and it trickles over the line. I'll tell you what, Craney just quietly, Luke English has been racking him up. He's been in everything for Collie.
He's running. I've been watching his running patterns. They are exceptional, as you'd expect from a man of his class, but his work rate is equal to that.
He's an accumulator. One down there by Gill. Menzies tries to break through. Does eventually, outside of the right boot, intercepted beautifully by the Eagles. Come off the boot of Tanner, big up and under, won't be paid the mark. Now they've worked exceptionally hard there, and that's through Malice. He found Griffiths who marked it. He's put it out in front of Cook and said go. It's a foot race. Cook gathers it beautifully. Oh, he's shrugged his player off. Gets for home. He did all the hard work. Had more time than he thought. Coming out is Chapman. It's still on. Now Collie repel.
They got a bit excited, I think.
Really good work by Elliott. Good composure. Stewart running hard out of defence. Had a bounce down the wing. Burton, he's everywhere. Hey? Sure he's not Spider-Man, Burton? Like his namesake. Burton on the wing, on the left boot. Drives it long. Bignell edged his man in Morris under the ball. Now Bignell has it. He's in range. Big left foot bomb. Ball hits and pitches. Mears is there. Gathers it cleanly. Tackles magnificently.
Outstanding.
Holding the ball, and
That
that's
goes.
our man Wiggers.
Bunbury
Bunbury
Mower
service.
service. You're right there.
Let's sing it together, Alan.
We're in sync.
Lockley into the corridor. Here's Menzies. He's working brilliantly. Working overtime is Swallow. Gets around one. Stewart's out there on his own. Marks it on his chest. The Will-O-the-Wisp. Pushes the ball out further to Healy. He's marked it, who's not such a Will-O-the-Wisp. And he's put it out to Holmes, who's run on. Ball bounces back into his arm. Bignell. He's been dangerous. An absolute bullet. Goes through the hands. Fontana gathers magnificently. Left boot outside of it. Burton! Oh, Craney.
Gee, that was a costly drop from their Harvey defender, who's been very good all day. Went through his hands. And, yeah, this man just keeps bobbing up, Mac.
Oh, Burton, dead in front this time. He's going to kick it from about 10 metres out for his third goal for the quarter.
I'll just put him down, Mac, because he'll kick this.
Oh, Craney, gone early.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes to go in this one. And it has been Entertainment Plus on SEN. Spirit. As he bangs it through Burton, he's fourth for the quarter. He is burning up all the Giovanetti firewood that he can find.
The sign of a good game is when someone makes a mistake, it gets punished by the opposition. And that's just exactly what's happening here. You make a bit of a faux pas, and all of a sudden it's down the other end getting a shot for goal.
10-6-66 Collie, leading Harvey 8-7-55, 11-point ball game here at the Rec. Thanks to Southwest Isuzu Utes.
And SKG. Get your scans done at SKG.
I tell you what, I might need a heart scan after this one, Craney from SKG Radiology. My blood is pumping. Don't you just love a good game of footy?
Love
Up
the
they
game.
go for high on die. It's brought down by Braden Irvin. Trying to break through was Bruce for the Eagles, holding the ball.
Another good tackle.
Big tackles at Braden Irvine. He's worked hard, the ruckman. Both teams still right on here.
Gee, both coaches invested right in front of us.
Well
here
and
too.
truly, they haven't tasted victory too much this year either, coach. Both of them could be coaching for their jobs. Gotti has the ball on the wing. Oh, intercepted by English. English through the corridor. He spots up Healy. Healy wheels around on his left. Mears in a mile of space. Get there and pick it up and go, son. He stops. Props. He's got a lead on. He stopped and looked. Out came Burton. Big handball from English, trying to find Kirk. It's a comedy of errors. Burton gives it to Bignell. Bignell to full forward. Fontana! The big left footer.
Well, once he gets the ball in his area, he is a very good grab. And that was just about 40% in his way. And he made the absolute most of that, the big fella.
Wiggers didn't do too much wrong there, and he's been valiant
That's been
all day.
a great matchup for Southern Lock and Security.
He's done a good job on Fontana. Fontana set up the last goal with one of the most awkward outside of the left boot kicks you could ever see. He's kicked one already as well. He's on a tight angle, wrong side for his left foot, going to kick from 35. And you know what, Craney? He's slotted it. He's unbelievable. He's a freak of nature. He's a freak of nature.
What's that kicking style? Absolute perfection. Some of the AFL players should come down and just take note of that kicking style because that was absolutely perfect. Left the boot, just swung nicely. Did Fontana.
He must write with his right hand, surely, because you wouldn't just think I'm going to guide the ball down with my right foot on my right hand on my left foot if you weren't a right-hander.
Hey, don't confuse Jared. He's only just getting the right for the wrong feet. Don't confuse him anymore there, Mac.
Righto. What's it saying?
What's the Southwest
Isuzu scoreboard starting to look a little bit better for Collie. 11-6, 72.
But you
to
think
Harvey, 8-7, 55.
You think Harvey will need that because it's definitely the scoring end going down towards the clubhouse.
Yep, I've been and sucked in the wind at both ends and that air density. And they're coming out of the middles. Lockley for the Bulls. Drives it, looking for Chapman. Oh, he nearly took a beauty. Off the ground was Reeves. Outside of the right boot behind.
Gee, Hill was just backing into that goal square. It just had a bit too much heat on it. It went over his head. He was all alone in there.
Rightio. Holmes brings it back into play. Has a bounce. Has a second bounce. Has a third bounce. He only covered 5 metres with those 3 bounces. And then it's drilled it straight into Bruce. Bruce takes the mark. He's at right half back for the Eagles. Drives it. Yeah, right half back. Burton, another mark to him. He's been enormous. He goes inside 50 now, looking for the big fella in Healy. Healy gives it off to Mears. He's off to the races. There's another one for the Eagles. They are on fire.
And Mears has had a very, very good quarter. He's been very productive, running mainly up and down this wing. He was in the right spot there where it popped over the top. No way was he going to miss that one. And you're right, Mac, is just putting a bit of a nice little break. The Collie Eagles have thrown the challenge down to the Harvey Bulls. But one thing we know, we've seen all afternoon, the Harvey Bulls are just not going to lie down.
They'll come again. Remember that's thinner air density in that last quarter they'll be kicking to.
Yeah.
12-6, 78.
Jared,
8-9-55 in favour of the Eagles.
Jared's got his barometer out as we speak. And he's just gone to check all that.
Oh, dearie me. Rightio. Irvine takes it out of the ruck. Only got it as far as Bruce, who's starting to have a bit of an influence in the middle for the Eagles. But the umpire's going to ball it up again. Irvine and Rinder. Rinder wins it down. English head over the football, characteristic of him. But the Bulls emerge. This is Brandon Hill. Wheels around, gets on his right boot, and out there all on his own, he's got Gotti. Gotti plays on immediately, goes to football. Chapman nearly pulls down another one. Bodies flying everywhere. Holmes stood up in it. Got it out to Zach Palatti. Palatti sees Kent out on the chest. Beautiful. They're out of trouble again. English further up the wing. Just behind centre wing now he is. Hard up against the boundary line. Wants the corridor. He elects to go long down the line. Bignell's got all on his own. That was poor checking by the Bulls. Mears. Front on contact. Boy, he did everything right, Salazano.
That was beautifully done by English and their Bignell. He just put enough on it to get over the top to Bignell. When you said he was all alone, the kick had to be perfect. And Bignell spotted Mears on the inside all by himself. Harvey Bulls a little bit lax in defence.
Yeah. Salazano did everything right there. Applied the pressure, caused the spillage, but just went a little bit too hard. He was a bit too enthusiastic. From 48, Mears goes whop. They stand in the square, clears the back, they fall over. That was Burton. Was it Egan and Green or Cook who knocked him AOT? And it's a point.
I like the little flick of the leg there by the Bulls defender.
I'm pretty sure it was Cook. No, it was Egan and Green. Rightio. Ball to come back into play via Wiggers for the Bulls. There's only 20 seconds left. It comes out to their half-back flank. And a big fist across the line from Bignell. Bell's about to go. We're counting down the last 10 seconds of this entertaining third quarter, and the Eagles have answered the Bulls' challenge. Love the headband on the boundary umpire there, Croney.
And that is all she wrote for three-quarter time. And it says Collie Eagles 12 goals, 678. They lead the Harvey Bulls 8 goals, 855 in what was a very entertaining quarter. The Harvey Bulls will come home with the scoring end. So stay tuned. We'll be back after the break to bring you the final quarter. This is SEN Spirit's coverage of the Southwest Football League. And what a game we have with the Collie Eagles 12 goals, 779 to the Harvey Bulls 856. And from the way things have been going, Harvey Bulls will come home with the scoring end towards the clubhouse. But that's not to say goals can't be kicked at the City Hen, Matt, but a pretty entertaining contest.
Oh, well and truly, Craney, we just took a breath that quarter and recomposed ourselves to see what the Bulls are going to bring to this contest in the last. But on the right Nemeth scoreboard, it currently reads Collie 12-7-79 to Harvey Bulls 8-8-56. It's about a 23-point ball game.
Let's go around the grounds quickly, thanks to Geograph Civil. And Charlie, I think I caught him on the hop here. Are you right to go, Charlie?
No, it's all good. All right, it's half time at HBL Bunbury. It's HBL 29 to 45 Bunbury. And again, I still don't have the scores for the Eaton Carey Park game at this point.
So we're just about not far away from the start of the final quarter. And very valuable 4 points on the line for both these clubs.
Yeah.
And they're playing like that. The thing I like about it, both clubs have just opened up the game. They've gone, let's take this game on. Forget about the defensive side of it. Umpire holds the ball aloft. This is SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald to take it away.
Irvine and Rinder resume acquaintances. Winder wins that one. Bursting through the pack was Salazano. Disappointed after that last free kick. And causes the ball up. Getting up is Reuben from Collie. Up they go again. One down by Rinder once more. English. He was really good in that third for the Eagles. Umpire's going to ball it up again. Get ready, Craney. They don't like to do more than three in a row. Could be a free kick here.
It'll something be breaking out of here, I think, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Rinder smacks it. Bignell does so well. He's played well, the old soldier today. Goes inside 50. Burton! Burton! Burton!
That's him. You got him back.
That is, Craney, that is a contender for the CP Outdoor Mark of the Day. Well and truly. Contested mark, double grab from behind on his chest in the end.
He really has been sensational today, Burton. But he's not only taken them in front of the goals, he's moved up the ground and done a fair bit of work up there too. So he's shooting for number 5, Darren McDonald, for the afternoon.
He's so clean when he gathers the footy.
And strong.
He's a left footer, almost dead in front. He's going to have a crack from 40 metres out. In he comes, sends it on its way, straight as an arrow, right through the Harvey Bulls' hearts.
Well, it wasn't the start they wanted it from, but gee, it was very well played. Tough, hard. And he said, I like the core strength on Burton. He just doesn't do, he does the hard work as well as the flashy stuff. And that was a great grabber. Well and truly a contender for the CPR Outdoors Mark of the Day. And I'm pretty sure you wrote that one down, didn't you, Charlie?
Well, I think there's been more than one nomination.
And guess what, Alan? That's number 5 for Burton.
That's number 5. Not a bad day at the office,
He's got a handful. And if things open up here, he could end up with 2 handfuls.
Tell you what, Corey Holmes has been outstanding for Collie too across this half back line, as is Luke English, just gathering the footy at will.
So the right Nemeth scoreboard reads Collie by 29 points as Rinder wins that knock for Hyundai. They're head over the footy. They've gone. They've pushed Wiggers into the middle of the ground, trying to get some drive out of the centre. Good to see the coaches prepared to mix it up. One down by Irvine. Menzies in amongst it. But emerging out of the pack is Reuben for Collie. Gets it forward. Burton. He's smashed in there. Ball comes out to Gill. Eventually he drives it forward. Menzies on the chest. Plays on quickly. Oh. That's what they need to do. Picking it up is Wiggers. Takes off. But he's well tackled by Kirk. That's holding the ball.
That's also a contender for the Bunbury Outdoor Mower Centre's tackle of the day. He was off.
Craney
got out the back.
Changed the blades on the Bunbury Mower Service mowers because they've been chopping a heap of grass today.
Yeah, I've got a full fake grass at my place, mate.
Polar, half back for the Eagles. They go up the wing. Good, strong mark to Bruce, who's got better as the game's gone on. Sporting a little bit of an eye patch now.
Did you write that one down, Charlie,
yes,
as a contender?
Yep.
That was for the WA Carpet Soup. No, CP
that was a Bunbury
Outdoors.
Mower Service
tackle
of the day.
Bignell's got the ball. Left half forward. Fires around with a big drop punt. Burton can't quite mark it. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Fontana. He is mowed down by Marino for Bunbury Mower Service. Comes into Aussie, takes the mark. Still inside D50 for the Bulls. Finds another teammate. That's Lester Smith. Lester Smith looking for options. Comes in, finds Salazano. Right at the top of D50 now for the Bulls. He goes up the corridor, spots up Lockley. They're going carefully, cautiously. It only takes one mistake in this situation and they'll come back and bite you. Aussie's come up the ground.
That was a good bit of run by
just behind
Aussie.
him, gives it back to Lockley. He just goes whack outside of the right boot. They send it back. Coming back with the flight was Kirk. Picks it up now. Tackled really well by Wiggers. They can't quite get there. Kirk gives it back there to Rinder. That's Jack. He goes out and he finds a teammate. Really, really good mark there to Swallow. Swallow goes out wide. Finds Pilati. He plays on, comes into the corridor. Bignell.
He's got busy.
He's everywhere at the moment. Drives it long. Chitty on the chest. Too far out to score.
Good players stand up when the game's on the line, Mac.
Chitty on the right boot. But oh, that was a slip scratch, Graney.
That was as good as anything you'll see in the Caribbean at the moment.
Oh, Mark Waugh couldn't have done better.
He's just showing off all the attributes of a good footballer, isn't he?
He's unreal.
Going for number 6.
Lining up for sexy 6, Craney.
6, hello, Griffiths is coming off.
Oh, no, I don't like the look of that.
Might be just need a bit of a spell onto the Harvey Norman interchange bench.
He might be having a call to SK Radiology. Nearly dead in front, 45, left foot. He's given it all he's got. He's hit the woodwork. Whoa.
Might have tired legs, Mac, of the amount of kicks he
5
had.
goals for, Craney. 5 goals for. He could have monstered him today.
Well, he doesn't get best player with it. No, 5 goals for is a pretty handy effort, isn't it?
Ball to be brought back into play by Gill. Goes straight down the corridor. Asks a bit of Lockley. He works really well, Lockley. Takes on 3 of them. Umpire says, I'll ball it up.
He did very well there. He had a nest of eagles around him and he just kept the ball to himself.
I like that, Craney. Nest of eagles.
Yes.
Good work. Here we go. Rinder and Irvine. Rinder just smacks it back. Bignell clean off the pack. Gives it to English. Outside of the right boot. Mongrels it forward. Salazano. Good courage by Salazano. Head over the footy. And his opponent came off second best. Stewart taps it over the line for the Eagles. To be a ball in just forward to centre wing for the Eagles. And who's that getting up a little bit gingerly for SKG Radiology? It's Bruce, and he's making a
bit of a bandage around the scone.
Making a beeline for the bench, Craney, that interchange bench for Harvey Norman.
He's already got a pretty heavy bandage on there. He didn't quite need that around the head.
That was good work by Salazano, though, wasn't he? Did not move off his line.
Attack on the footy.
Rightio. And Rinder pushes his man out of the ruck, and Irvine a bit gingered too after that contest, but wins a kick. Looks for a handball. Coming past is Wiggers. Stab past down the wing, Hill off hands. And it will be a ball in. Thought Brandon Hill could have done a little bit better there. Rightio. Right here on centre wing. It's going to be Rinder and Irvine. He's battled hard all day, Irvine. Big Rinder, big man to get around, and he smacks this one. Oh, does very well to Wiggers. Gets it out to Aussie. Bignell just goes straight into Marino. Wraps up Bignell. Working hard is Wiggers. Tries to get it out to a teammate and got him. Menzies does well. Back out to Wiggers. Toe pokes it, trying to get it to sit up for himself. Stewart right with him. Here comes Brandon Hill. This is frenetic. Head over the football stuffed by Reuben. Brought to ground, and there'll be a ball up at left half forward for the Bulls.
You have to take your hat off to big Paul Rinder. He rucks tirelessly, the big fella.
Absolutely. Up they go. One down by Rinder. Big smack, out of bounds. Going to bring it back in for Hyundai.
You'd love to rove to him.
Right, Nemeth, 30-point ball game in favour of the Eagles for Wright Nemeth on the scoreboard at the moment.
We'll go round the grounds quickly, Charlie, thanks to Geograph Civil.
8 minutes into the third quarter, HBL 4-5-29, Bunbury 7-4-46.
And Rinder just smacked it out again. He tried valiantly to keep it in, Reuben, but just giving everyone a little bit of a rest. It's going to come back in for Hyundai just where it went out. And it comes. Big Rinder. He's playing volleyball. Lester Smith roved it. Huge 30-metre handball looking for Hill. It might bounce well for Brandon Hill. Head over, it's Menzies. Works so hard there. Brandon Hill has it. Spits it out to Lockley. He takes off. Shrugs off his opponent.
Boom.
The Bulls have a pulse. Back to 24 points.
Young Mears was very instrumental in all that, wasn't he? And how's the handball?
Yeah.
That's further than we could kick, Mac.
Lester Smith
Yeah,
just went
boom.
whoop with the big left hand.
Nice finish by Liam Lockley too. Thought he was under a bit of pressure. Just shook that once he did that. He did the wise thing. He just knew what was around him, settled, had time to pop it through for his second for the afternoon.
Composure was the big thing there for Liam Lockley. Could that be the Buckingham, the Butchers' big moment that the Bulls need?
Might be the kick start. Well, they did it in the second quarter, didn't they? They fought back very strongly.
Yep. They did take the lead twice in that third quarter, Craney, and then were 23 points down at three-quarter time. So they've been valiant. Have they got one last gasp in them?
Oh, you know about the Bulls. I'll keep going till the end.
Up they go. Gillen Rinder. Menzies roved it beautifully. He goes long. It's going to go inside 50 for the Bulls. Coming out and smashing the ball was DeAngelis. He gets it off the deck and scrubs it forward. Working hard's Palatti out on that wing. Goes back to Holmes. Holmes tackled. Should be holding the ball, and it is.
Another one for the Bunbury Murray Service tackle of the day.
This game's had everything.
Charlie's pen's just about run out of ink.
And this is Liam Lockley again. He blows inside, finds Gotti. Liam Lockley, Craney, having a few good moments. Gotti. Oh, tries to put in a bullet. It does. Evan Hill on the chest.
I'm not sure whether he meant that, but it was an absolute worm burner, wasn't it?
Oh, it looked so intentional to me.
Yeah,
His eyes were lowered. He said,
I'm going to give it to him because it was absolutely... But it hardly lifted 30 centimetres above the grass.
He said, Hilly, get on your bike, bring it over from the palindrome.
Get on your bike, get on your knees, I reckon,
And
Mac.
Hilly just took a beautiful mark. He's dead in front. He's going to shoot from 35. Set sail now on his right boot. The Bulls have got back-to-back goals here in the last quarter. The air density's doing it again.
That old air density, that's Evan Hill's third for the game.
Yep.
It's been very lively up around there, and that was an awesome pass. You don't see that happen very, very often, but that would have travelled just off the ground, the great mark on his knees.
Evan Hill
I
just
tell you what, going back...
million mile an hour.
Young Mears has had a big play in these centre bounce downs, and he's going to have to continue to do that, to get around the stoppages.
So on the right Nemeth scoreboard, Craney, I think it is 13-8-86 to 11-8-68. So we are an 18-point ball game. 18 points, 3 goals. Whichever way you look at it, it's the same. Up they go. Rinder takes it out of the ruck, then roves it. Left foot, dribbles it forward. Here's Mears. Can't win the football. He had Griffiths with him. Bignell somehow gets a boot to it. Misses everyone. Setting off after it. The Bulls defender is brought down in the tackle. The umpire's going to ball it up.
Sorry, Mac, that was Menzies for Harvey Bulls I was just talking about a minute ago. He's working around the stoppage.
He's been terrific. He's not going to be happy with you and I. We've buggered him up twice today, calling everyone else's names. Up we go. Big win down there by Morris. Coming through is Griffiths. Oh, just with so much skill, grace, time. And then Reeves. Hits Reeves on the chest from 45 metres, if you don't mind. Here comes Brandon Hill. Goes over the top looking for Chapman. Misses him, pushing the back over the shoulder. We know he hasn't got a long leg on him, and he's going to have to kick from 55. But the air density down this end is thinner.
As long as he gets it high enough to reach that air density.
Where's Hill? Where's Hill? He'll be looking for the rocket. Here he comes. He leads out. Not this time. I think he's just going to put it up to the teeth of goal. Away he goes. Bang! It's a booming drop punt. Comes off hands. Trickles over the line. Be a boundary throw in left forward pocket. Good result for the Bulls.
On a play like that, you'd almost look like for Griffiths to come past for the handball.
Oh, yes. Craney, you should have been a coach. All right, ball comes back into play. Taken out of there by Gill. Gets a boot to it. What can the Bulls do? Coming in and meeting the ball was Elliott. He's tackled, and the umpire's going to ball it up. just right in front of the Bulls' goals. They desperately want another one. One down there by Rinda. Somehow Collie get it out, but it might be out on the full. Yeah. Oh, insufficient intent, and big Lester Smith's got the kick in. No daylight, comes into the corridor. Gill! Dead in front, 35 out. He'll shoot from 40. They're telling him to hurry up, Craney. Yeah, there was not much time left.
I reckon I'd be just making sure you kick this thing.
13 minutes gone. About 8 left. He's set sail. He's put it through. The Bulls have 3 in a row. Alan, this air density is real.
Yes, absolutely. You thought it was a false story. There's no falseness in that. Definite scoring in towards that clubhouse end, which the Harvey Bulls are kicking to it, and they kicked themselves right back into this game. This is a carbon copy of the second quarter, where Collie Eagles looked like they were just going to rip the game to bits, and Harvey Bulls. A good sign is when the challenge is thrown down, and both these sides have been worthy of that. They've been challenged and they've responded.
8 minutes left, Craney. 8 minutes left. 2 goals of difference on the right Nemeth scoreboard. We have got that close one.
Well, Collie had had memories from the last time they played when they lost it on the last kick of the game. So
up they go for Hyundai. Rinda wins down another one. Lockley rows it, tries to bullock his way through. Gill picks up the spilled handball. He drills it inside 50. Coming out and a fancy bit of footwork was DeAngelis. Eventually it gets forward. There's English. Here he comes. Out on the right foot. Good stab pass up the wing, and he finds Kirk.
We'll be seeing a bit of that work next week with the Matildas, the way he did that.
Oh, DeAngelis. He has got a soccer surname. Comes into the middle of the ground, and there's Swallow. Swallow further field to Stewart. He has a knack of doing this. Away he goes. One bounce. Then settles. Goes inside 50. Burton!
Too strong.
He is strong, Alan.
And he's off, Macca.
He's played on. Left foot gets around the umpire. Snaps on his left. What a beauty for CP Outdoor goal of the day.
Well, I think we'll go for a WA Carver Supermarket goal.
Whichever one.
Whichever one. But that was worthy of all of them. Wow, he read that well and just took off, and he has been outstanding today as Matthew Burton. Had a pretty good season all up, but he just caps off at some very good day.
That was sexy number 6, Alan.
That's number 6. I was just trying to add him up when I was talking, but
sexy number 6, and he's had 10 shots at goal, and that one there, he was ready to boot it, and the umpire got in the road. He had to go out again and then get around another player.
I was a bit worried there for a little bit. Mac, you started talking to Jared O'Brien, but he was off. I didn't think you were watching.
I was trying to watch something else. I don't know what I was looking down at. But anyway, thanks for the heads up, Alan.
Let's go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil while we got a minute here, Charlie.
At HBL and Bunbury, as I scroll through, third quarter, 16 minutes in, HBL 4-5-29, Bunbury 7-4-46.
Geez, HBL got a bit of work to do there. Jared O'Brien chipped him with confidence.
Back to 3 goals on the right Nemeth scoreboard here in Collie's favour. As it went up for Hyundai, Rinda won the tap, and it came back to him, and he got wrapped up by Irvine. So up it goes again for Hyundai. Big tap by Rinda. Irvine takes it though. Then he's tackled there by English. English throws another tackle at Menzies. Lester Smith gets it forward. Brandon Hill, great gather, gets through the lot of them. Handballs back to Irvine. He measures up. His kick smothered. Lux of fortune. Menzies there. Goes long to the square. They've got no choice but to play this way. Chapman! Off hands. Oh, it's excitement plus.
The ball just hung there for a little bit, didn't it? It wouldn't come down out of the sky.
We're not broadcasting from the Sports Entertainment Network for nothing.
Oh, well played, Darren Mack.
Rightio.
You got a big tick there from our producer, Jared
Swallow
O'Brien.
bought it out of defence. Ball's on the deck. Oh, Pilati tackled really well. Head over the footballers, Riley Irvine. Brought to ground. It stacks on the middle. The umpire's going to ball it up.
Thanks to Gen X Engineering, too, for your support for this afternoon's call.
These two sides can be proud of their efforts today. Been played with great spirit. No hullabaloo or anything like that. Pilati's got the ball out of the pack. They bang it forward via English. It gets up to the wing. They fly. Big fist came down from Strano. Collie's still working hard around the pack as English drives it forward once more. He's had a brilliant second half. Burton picks it up. runs from Egerton Green.
Clever,
and
very,
that's a
very
beautiful
clever.
pass. Kirk's going to run into an open goal and slam it through. And he slammed the door shut for the Harvey Bulls with only 5.5 minutes to go and 4 goals of difference on the right Nemeth scoreboard.
That was a seriously clever kick by Burton. He was under full pace under a bit of pressure, just popped it over the top to the man running into an open goal. Had a real day out. And you've hit the nail on your head, Mackie. You said there's no hullabaloo, but it's been tough, hasn't it? It's been fierce, it's been tough, and it's been just good to watch.
It has been outstanding, Alan. Back out to 4 goals. You'd think that'd be pretty hard for Harvey to come back from now. 5.5 minutes left to play in this last quarter, but we have been absolutely treated to one of the best games of South West footy I've seen in a long time.
What did Kevin Sheedy say? Well, there's time, there's hope, Mac.
Oh, yeah. Lee Matthews always said if it's minutes and goals, if it's as many goals as minutes, you're still in with a hope. Oh, lethal. Up they go. It's Irvine and Rinder smacks another one today. Lockley can't pick it up. They dish it out. English, another clearance for him, but Griffiths at half-back now for the Bulls. He says, hurry up. Come at me. Come at me. I'm going to go long. He plays on, has a bounce. Goes bang with pressure from English. It just floats up. Sitting in front. Courageous mark to Polar. Eyes only for the football.
CPR outdoor centre, mark of the day. Lock it down, Charlie.
He comes back out and he finds Swallow. Just trying to steady it down now, Collie. Trying to soak up the seconds. Just about to tick over to 5 minutes. Comes down the wing. Fontana marks it inside the line. What's the boundary umpire said?
He's called it out on the full.
I think he got talked into it.
He was right there.
Rightio. Aussie. What can they do? Handball off to that man Griffiths. Bang. Bignell tried to take him out. Coming out, going at it hard was Wiggers. Couldn't mark it. Ball's in dispute. Umpire's going to ball it up just inside 50 for the Bulls. Good tackle there from Chapman.
I tell you what, the crowd's invested too, isn't it?
It's been a good crowd here today. Up they go. One down by Irvine. Takes it out of the ruck. Misses with the kick. Ball's in dispute. Rinder's got it. Comes out. Spills out to Gotti. Chapman's there looking dangerous, but it beats him over the line. Throw in left forward pocket for the Bulls. If they snap another one here, Craney, I might have to eat my words. He's back on.
Well, it's in the right spot for him. Forward pocket.
Those Hill boys are dangerous around there. Rinder goes bang. Lester Smith head over the footy. Collie, though, through Bignell. Brings it out. Fontana. Can't mark. Really strong mark to Morris. And that's no mean feat over that man Fontana. He plays on Morris. Outside of the left.
And a good finish.
Just missed by Irvine. Worked hard was Rinder. Got it to Bignell, who then found Fontana, who tried to milk a 50. Saying Reeves bowled him over. But I think he was just trying to see if he could get that 50 metre. Fontana on the left boot. Long down the wing. CP Outdoors mark of the day. There it is. He plays on. Healy makes room for English. He can pick it up and run in. He does. Cuts the corners. One way, then the other. Right boot. Big up and under. And it's one behind.
Well, we've been waiting for it, haven't we, Mac? And you said in the dying minutes of the game, someone would do it. Burton went up and up and up. That was an absolute ripper right in front of us.
And as the Bulls bring it out, Fontana chops it off, gets up off the deck, handball to Bignell, little chip over the top. Burton. He's going to line up for number 7, Alan.
Well, after he was a bit airsick coming down off of that, Mac.
Right side for a left footer too here, Craney.
Hang on, I'll ask Jared, is that correct? Yeah, Jared just nodding his head.
And he's going to...
Got a lot of sums on that whiteboard. Do they all add up?
No daylight. No daylight.
Oh, the form he's having today, Mac. Put it down.
No daylight, Alan, and he's going to shoot from 45 on the left foot, but they're going to the heavy air density end, which is a city end, right of your dial. In he comes from 45. Bang on the left. He hasn't got it. Has he? On the line, Mears. Carries it over for a behind.
Gee, that was one of the best grabs we've seen so far this season.
It's got to be a mark of the year contender, I reckon.
Oh, Dean Lomax has put it in the highlights reel already.
Aussie brings it out of defence. Only just under 2 minutes left in this one, and there's a good strong mark by DeAngelis. Does it in the air, does it on the ground. Good solid defender, goes inside, burns it again! He's putting on a clinic, Alan! He's putting on a clinic. CPR Outdoors Mark of the Day contender for the 15th time today.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of getting up a bit gingerly, no wonder. He's been absolutely everywhere today. But I'll tell you what, I reckon he's still going to have this shot for a goal.
Of course he will. Now, this is the wrong side for his left foot, and he's going to shoot from about 35.
I just about run out of room on my pad here. How you going, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm the same.
45-degree angle, Alan. Probably a bit worse.
Adam
Here
Bignell
he
comes
goes.
off for a rest, a well-earned rest. He's been sensational.
In he
today.
comes, a bit of a skip. Let's go from 40 with the left foot. Another behind. He's got 5 goals, 6, Alan.
6 goals, 6.
6 goals, 6.
We
6
just
goals,
got that
6.
down from the bench.
6 goals, 6.
They're on to you, Darren, mate.
Griffiths goes long and strong. Aussie stands underneath. Can't mark. Gathers off the deck. Tackled immediately. Collie can sense it now. English takes off. He's got Burton in the pocket. All on his own this time. He even makes the easy look sublime.
Oh, now he's going to handball it off, Macca.
Is he?
He's handballed it off. Shot for goal. Has gone through for another one for the Collie Eagles.
And that was English that kicked it.
Just wait.
Well deserved. Well deserved by English. Oh, he's laying on the ground. Is Griffiths. That's not what the Harvey Bulls need.
No, he's had a bit of trouble with that leg for a while, hasn't he?
We've got about not much time left, Ellen.
Nice little handball off there by Burton. I reckon he's tired of kicking
Is that,
the thing.
that's a bit of Gen X team play?
Oh, that's a good one to throw in there, actually. Gen X engineering, teamwork.
Had every
Well done.
right to go back for Super number 7, but handballed it off to English, who's worked tirelessly for his team today, and he'd be heavily up for the best player of the day.
Let's go around the ground, sync to Geograph Civil, Charlie.
It is 25 minutes into the third quarter. HBL 8-6-54. Bunbury 7-6-48.
Whoa!
Up they
They've
go.
taken
Rinder
the
wins
lead.
it. Collie go out of the centre again. Pilati head over the football. Oh, flings it out. English is out the back. He can pick it up and go. There's the bell. And on the right Nemeth scoreboard. And on the right Nemeth scoreboard, Collie Eagles 106 defeat a valiant Harvey Bulls 74 here at Collie Recreation Ground. We've been treated to one of the finest today.
Absolute beauty, and I think as the car horns go off around the ground, a very jubilant Collie side, but I think both these sides need to be congratulated on that effort. We're going to take a quick break because Darren McDonald needs to have a little bit of a drink and settle down, and then we'll wrap it all up.